Hello. I panicked then as I hit the start button and no one appeared on screen but me for a brief second. And I was like, uh-oh. But no, we're all here. Hello, happy
We were
evening.
hiding.
You were hiding.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'd hide if I was me too. Hello, welcome. This is Tales of the Third Spire, the Misadventurers League's first ever AP, episode 3. Or 2, depending if you're counting Vortex in the order.
Let's call it 3.
We're calling it 3 because otherwise I could just imagine the admin of all the 3/2. Yeah, no, it's too complicated.
It's going to be hell when we do a wiki.
Yeah, surely it's 2. And last week was like 1B or something.
Technically.
3, paragraph A.
It's
T4B?
It's Steelhaven bureaucracy applied to episode numbers. But no, this is our actual play set in the Hungry World of Debleron. And it's a pleasure to welcome everyone back. I hope everyone's doing well. We have a full cast. All 3 of us are back. Or 4 of us. I can say that I do
3
count.
of us.
I count. You forgetting
One of us.
You very much count.
One of us is AI. And you've got to work out
which one. Oh,
Using ChatGPT to have all my interactions today.
Look, you joke, but that AI bot has given me some pretty damn good descriptions on the fly. Right, I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, tell themselves who they are and who they're playing, and I'm going to go in counterclockwise order, so we'll start with AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ. I am the puppet master of T4B, the High Elf Artificer. Artificer. Every time. I think I type it like that as well, and then I have to retype. Artificer. Every time.
One day.
I'm gonna stop saying it. I'll call him like a machinist or something and just be done with it.
Machinist.
Smart boy!
Right, on to Mike.
I am Mike. I play Geo, the lovable, dumb Earth Genasi fighter, who may or may not be a mass murderer.
Part of me wants to put citation needed, but then the other half is like, do you know what? I'm not going to give any context to this, and people can just figure this out for themselves.
And that applies to both Mike and Geo. Yeah. We both may or may not be a mass murderer.
I mean, that applies for all of us, really.
Oh, God. What a way to start. Finally.
I decline to comment.
Oh, finally. On to Joshy. Or Josh. I don't know why people do the Y at the end.
Hello, I'm Josh. Joshy, call me whatever you like, as long as it's not a life for dinner. I play Bin Beer, the half-elf, half-arm bandit. I'm going to level with every single person sitting here around the table with us. I've got a cold, and as an AMAB person, that means that I have the worst cold in the history of colds. This might be it. This might be the last thing that I ever do. So I will apologise in advance if you hear terrible noises coming from me and my body.
I'm sure we won't hear them. And if we do, we have background music. We'll just vamp up the music slightly.
Yeah, die quietly, man.
Just bring up a technical difficulty screen with like some bossa nova playing.
Just a little image of just, Josh holding a tissue over his nose. There you go. That's going to be the new intro now, I think, for all episodes moving forward when the stream goes offline. I'll have to make that at some point. I'm Hedgehawk. I am today's game master, storyteller, whichever tag you want to put on this. And I am going to be narrating every poor sod that these people come into touch with. So
you're playing the victim?
Yes, I'm playing the victim today. That is my role. They put the word master in front of it to make it sound important, but actually you're just playing a victim. It's just false pretenses to get you to agree to the role, because otherwise no one would agree to this. Now, I would say, would we like to recap? But last session was both here and not here. So, did it really happen? Or does anyone actually know what happened? So instead, did anyone remember what happened 2 sessions ago?
Yeah, because I've got the same notes that I made. But someone else do it. Someone who doesn't have a
someone who doesn't,
voice.
yeah, someone who doesn't have all the notes pre-done in like perfect cursive. I'm pretty sure you've got a program that just takes my voice and dictates it into a notepad, so you can just cut the bits out. Because some of the lines you came back with last time were like verbatim what I said.
So, the first TTRPG I ever played, I decided to make like. Thank you, Alicia. I decided to in character write all the notes in full prose, quoting direct things. Which means that I now do it when I'm making notes in other cases, so that they're irritatingly precise, and I hold them and I weaponize them.
Yes, that's my fear now. Anything I say wrong is going to be brought back.
Actually, you said we could do that for 3 silvers, and you tried to give us 2.
Yeah, 17.
And I only make notes of irrelevant things, so you know.
So, what was the irrelevant summary of the first episode?
Oh, please, can we have the first episode from Gio's point of view?
Oh, God. So from Gio's point of view, the first episode, Gio was sitting on the back of a cart, randomly throwing things out along the tedious journey from Sagehaven to Willowshire. Upon arriving in Willowshire, he handed their driver, Vincent, the only barrel of beer which was ever on that cart. There was definitely not another full barrel at one point. Gio and his friends made their way into the inn, the Sleeping Bard, where Brock, the innkeeper, directed them to more information about a job on the jobs board. Not the job that we all wanted us to take, which was the finding of a cat, but it was the job to get rid of some goblin bandits in a forest to the south, attacking the caravans of one Arthur Penfold. We proceeded to said goblin bandit camp. T4 and myself snuck around in the tree line, waiting for something to happen so we could leap out and fight. None of that happened. Gio found a rock that looked a little bit like a dog, but not enough for him to point it out to anyone. Eventually stumble into Goblin Camp. There are no goblins anymore. I mean, Bin says something about sending them off to Sagehaven to join the guild, but can you ever trust what Bin says?
I mean, to be precise, the one note I made about that was Goblin Pyramid Scheme referral.
Reasonable.
Yep.
We discovered some latent magic that was hanging around from how the goblins had got rid of their spoils to an entity known only as she. At this point, anyway, we retraced our steps, found another magic residual area that was obviously the connecting point of this portal. Bin put his hand into a black dot in the portal, witnessed some cultists talking about bringing back the old gods, and proceeded to lose his arm. Made our way back to Willowshire, which was asunder. The cultists had ransacked the town, made off with Arthur Penfold's daughter, which we went to see Mr. Penfold, tracked the bandits to the road, where they swiftly mounted horses and had left. So we've got a motor car. We went to Mr. Penfold, we said, we need to find your daughter, and he gave us a car, which, you know, is a thing.
Yep.
That I nor Gio have ever seen. That may or may not be true. And yes, we hopped into the car. There was the sound of the horn, and that was the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
We're leaving out nothing important.
No, there's no other important details that happened in between then and right now.
No.
Speaking of horns being pressed, that is where we are going to pick up today.
Speaking of horns,
You.
Alex Horn. No.
If I had access to that level of musical percussion, we'd have far better music than this. No, so obviously last we left off, the horn was being pressed by T4B, and you let's go of the horn, and you hear the bellowing echo of the horn going out. I need both Bin and Geo to give me Constitution saving throws.
Okay, that's all right. That's reasonable. 18.
18? Yep.
15.
So, Geo, you feel fine.
Do I lose my other arm?
You do not lose your other arm. You feel your stomach kind of churning slightly as you feel you're about to throw up. All of a sudden.
Not in the car.
Bin's just looking around for anything that resembles like a bag or a satchel or a hat.
I mean, there's a couple satchels underneath the passenger seat of the car. If you want to grab one of those.
Yeah, grabs one of those.
Lets it rip. Yeah, you are feeling bizarrely disorientated. You know why you're disorientated, but yeah, you are suddenly disorientated. For T4B, it would be a case of all of a sudden it was fine, and then a second later, Bin suddenly wants to throw up. But hey ho. So we're going after these bandits that have kidnapped Larissa, and the path isn't that difficult to follow at the moment. It is becoming sunset, so the sky's going orange. And the path you're on at the moment is hard dirt. So the motor car works particularly well here compared to horses. And you're able to get quite a nice fast pace going as Willowshire disappears behind you. Give me a group survival check.
And Andy's first roll of the day is a 1.
I got a 2!
Putting me on 3.
Oh, no, see, I rolled a 3 and have a -1. So
I got the good dice today. I got a 17.
Yeah, that's fine. Your average is, it's not rocket science, this. What we're really looking for is to see how well you sort of stay on the track as you sort of leave the main path. And with Geo's help, you do that quite well, actually. The path's not too difficult to trace. I think T4B is too busy focusing on driving to look out specifically for the trail, and Bin's too busy growing up in the bag.
Geo's in the back of the car. He's quite tall.
Yeah, standing up over. Yeah, that's fine. And that's relatively simple for you guys. About an hour you travel doing this. Sunset getting more and more orange and pinky as light starts to disappear slightly. When you come across a kind of what looks like an old river gorge. It looks like there was a river here once upon a time. It's a stream now. But this road sort of has a wooden bridge going over it. And the car comes up towards the bridge. And it's up to you whether you'd like to cross.
I mean, we're traveling at speed, right?
You're traveling at speed. You can see this coming from a distance. So it's not like you suddenly turn left and suddenly there's a bridge. This is pretty obvious from probably 400 or 500 meters at this point. You get a good view of it before you get there.
And is it like an arch bridge? Is the ground leading up to it, or is it just like a straight across?
It's a straight across flat bridge.
And what sort of distance does it span?
Yeah,
it's about
Does it look
30, about a 30-foot bridge. Not massive in terms of bridges. It's just literally here to get across this gorge. The gorge itself is about 10 to 20 feet deep, depending on where you land in said gorge. Not a lot of water's there anymore. It does like once upon a time this would have been probably a full river. As you can tell by the rocks. That's a pretty simple assumption to make.
Does it look nice? Is it gorgeous?
It is not a gorgeous bridge. It is a very old, not primitive, but this wasn't engineered. This was, we need to cover this gap and put something there to cover it. So it was built for function rather than
Should we
purpose.
stop for a picnic? Is anyone else ravenous?
I think that's a bridge too far.
Rocks.
So,
There we go. That's the clip. That's the clip for this week done.
I mean, so
Rocks
I mean,
fall, everybody dies.
T4B is driving, isn't he?
Yes, a T4B can stop if he wants to.
I don't think he's going to stop.
Okay,
We're in a hurry.
we're in a hurry.
I mean, I feel like momentum may be key if the bridge
Yeah.
does give way. So
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Perfectly fine. You start to put the motor car on this bridge. The first thing you sort of feel is, well, these things don't have suspension. That's not been invented yet, so this is pretty rough. As suddenly,
bridges or the cars?
both don't have
So-
suspension.
Yeah.
So as this car starts going over the bridge, Bin looks up.
There. Now, let me just check. What is T4B's weight? Do you know? I've got the weight of everybody else off the top of my head.
Hadn't really specified.
No,
Did I
Well,
work out
let's-
the character's weight?
I've taken the average for you guys
Okay.
and then added your equipment weight on.
Cool. Okay.
I gave Geo a weight.
You get yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Geo doesn't
you know,
have a
he's
weight.
kind of made of earth. I'm not surprised.
Dirt
I'm
boy.
going to say let's do some quick working out. I'm going to say he personally, because he's a high elf, he's probably relatively light-ish, but it's all his kit, which is probably the problem. So, do you want it in pounds or
Pounds,
stone?
if you don't mind. I have everyone else's in pounds.
Okay, so let's say he is approximately 161 pounds.
Give me a moment. You have literally brushed within 5 pounds of the limit that the bridge can take before it starts to crumble.
Good job you threw up outside of the car.
Yeah, stowing up inside the car probably would have added a bit too much excess weight on. Yeah, you feel the bridge shake and rattle as you go across. It's, again, momentum does help. So, I mean, not for Bin's poor stomach, but at least for getting over the bridge in one piece, that quick momentum is just on. Straight off the other side. And that's the bridge cleared. Thank goodness you didn't get to be too heavy or you didn't decide to drive slow. Otherwise, things could go a little bit sticky.
Sure.
Or you could have fixed the bridge. That
Nah.
entirely possible.
For
But
that,
hey,
we would have had to have known it was broken.
yes, you'd have to have looked at it more than just does it look nice.
That's true. But could you imagine us? No, you could imagine us stopping up. Hang on, greater good guys. We need to make sure this bridge is secure, and safe
Yes.
For other people.
Yes.
for other people escaping the
You're
village.
So you guys are still in full pursuit, and that's, I mean, from your point of view, this is fantastic. You've not slowed down, and actually you're faster than this horse and cart. So you're making time here. The track's starting to look a little bit fresher. Up until the point where it starts to get properly dark. Now the sun is gone, and you are in the middle of nowhere. There's no lights on these paths. No torches, nothing to illuminate the way. The only thing you now have is the lights on the car. They'll brightly lit. Anything within 20-foot cone of the front of the car is classed as being brightly lit. Anything another further 20 is dimly lit. So you can see about 40 foot out before it just becomes a wall of black. And I'm going to say, ask T4B, would he slow down now that it's getting darker?
I mean, a little bit, but probably not as much as he should do.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Can I say, obviously, Geo has blind sight for 10 feet. So Geo will be looking out the side of the vehicle just to make sure that there's no tracks leading off the path of the road. Awesome. Sporadically. Obviously, he may miss it looking on the wrong side at times, but...
No, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't get, at this point, much more complicated, but I do need a dex check from T4B.
Ooh. So that is 15 plus 5. Dirty 20.
I'll do it. Yeah, you're in full control of this vehicle. Even when the road starts to turn even slightly more than a couple of degrees, you're able to keep it on as you go ahead. And because you're still maintaining some level of speed, you think you're probably getting close. In fact, part of you begins to think, actually, we may intercept this caravan before it even gets to a camp. At this point, I am going... Okay, so you've been blitzing through, and you're now outside of Willowshire's, like, well and truly Willowshire's jurisdiction now. You're going well and truly into the unknown. Not necessarily the unknown, but the untravelled path now. There's no more villages after Willowshire, so this path is quite literally going into the wilderness. And as such, the path begins to lose quality. The first thing you notice is that lovely hard dirt that's been giving your tyres a nice advantage is now turning into soft dirt. So it's becoming increasingly harder for the motor car to gather any sort of speed. It starts to get moments where it starts to chug slightly. The engine's starting to sound a bit like, hang on a minute, like let go of the pedal. This is starting to hurt. On that 20, nothing you can't correct, but it is slowing you down. At this point, horses would have been faster. So, hey-ho. This, unfortunately, does seem to carry on. It seems like now you're not going to be able to, unless suddenly a stone path miraculously appears, you're probably not going to get that now. Does everyone want to give me a nature check?
Yes.
I don't, but I will.
Yeah, not especially. But that's all right. That's a 21.
21, that's perfect.
That's a 15.
15 will do it.
A 3.
Okay, so Geo's too busy looking out left and right through the blind sight to really notice where you are. Both T4B and Bin, you notice that based on the grass and the trees that are now sort of turning more to conifers, more to pine trees dotted in them every now and again, you are starting to gain elevation based on your knowledge of picturesque geography. You are probably going into the Gallow Mountains or entering that kind of region. Which is just south of Willowshire. Knowing that and knowing that you're driving, this is going to start to get a little bit more complicated. As obviously, motor cars are not all-terrain vehicles. And if the terrain gets any worse, it may force you to, well, possibly even abandon the car. But for now, you're fine. For now, you're fine. That it is soft dirt. You are capable of keeping chase. We now get to probably 3 or 4 hours into the drive now. We're now in basically pitch black. It's night sky now. Lovely, nice stars. No moon tonight. There's too many clouds blocking the view of the moon. Or moons, should I say. There's 2. And
I think at some point in the 4 hours, they would have said, well, we were only like 2 hours. It took us 2 hours to get to the village. So these bandits must have been like super quick, you guys. Or, oh no, you don't think. What if we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque?
I mean, just they don't have to have gone to where they came from.
Oh shit. Are we nearly there yet?
Give me a perception check. Are you nearly there yet?
What, all of us or
Just Finn. Just Finn.
That's an unnatural 1.
Yeah, you have no idea if you're there yet. You could be there, you could not be there, who knows. There are still tracks here.
Yeah.
You are still
so are
following tracks. And they
are there
carriage
traces
tracks.
of recent passage?
They're
Like, little broken bits, turned over leaves.
They are there, but using rudimentary tracking knowledge as being adventurers, they're starting to get older. So they are pulling away from you at this point.
Right.
As opposed to you catching up on them.
Do we think they will have had to stop?
Well, they'll have to stop at some point.
It's a reasonable
They haven't
assumption.
stopped yet.
Yeah, it's a reasonable assumption they'd have to stop at some point. But it's also quite reasonable to expect that you may have to stop at some point too. Because this is only going to get darker and darker.
Hey, do you guys know how to put the make go in this thing? Because like horses eat grass and hay, but what of this? Do we like Bin is now gonna like take a screwdriver out and start just like poking bits?
I
It's
wouldn't
like
even know where you feed it.
It's been a 4-hour journey. Bin
Bin
is
is bored.
currently armless. He's devoid of all fluids and foods. And he's just there like
prodding the... I mean, give me an intelligence check. What are you unscrewing?
That's a 16, actually.
You're unscrewing one of the front plates off. The plate comes off, and you can just see pipes and the occasional bit of wire, a few gears. There's nothing in there that's like, hey, how does this work? But you know well enough from that to not touch anything in front of you.
Yeah.
If we aren't going to catch them tonight, and they are going to have to rest, surely we should rest. Because we're going to be behind them no matter what.
And we should make pretty good speed in the car.
Does it seem as though we might make better heading on foot than by car, or does it still feel as though being in the car
Being
is...
in the car at the moment
better?
is definitely faster, but if the terrain starts to
Okay.
get worse, then the car may become a liability.
Okay. Do you want one of us to take over, T4?
I'm happy for that to happen. I don't mind keeping on driving.
I mean, there were 3
potentially we
signs
should-
back there that said, don't drive tired.
It's true. It's the equivalent of like 2 or 3 pints.
Yes.
Well, that's good, because I found a barrel back here.
Well, how that's
It's okay. We're in the Gallo Mountains. There's shit wine all over the place.
Awful.
That's my fault. I deserve that one.
No, you don't. You don't deserve that.
No,
You deserve none of this, man. I'm really sorry. So
Look, T4, if
we
you want
could
to
keep
bragging,
going until the
that's cool.
terrain gets bad, and then stop for a rest. Like, we may as well keep going while we're making good progress.
Yeah, that seems
okay.
seems like cricket for me.
Yeah. So
What's cricket?
It's a little bug that goes chirp chirp.
you are pushing forward at this point. It's about another 30 minutes on the road until you finally come across something that isn't you, darkness, or trees. In the distance, you can make out a campfire, a lone campfire. Only the one, sort of shining out through the darkness. You can't see how many people are around the campfire. You can just see a campfire at this point.
How far away?
Probably about 100 to 120 feet at the moment. You've got time to do something if you want to do something.
Yeah. And kind of in our direction of travel.
Yep,
Is
following the
we can
band.
assume it's
Yep.
it's the band.
Yep, if you
it might not be them, but it's in
No.
the direction they went.
Yeah, if you
I'm
follow
assuming that
this
they would have
path,
heard
you'll
the
have
car.
gone past it. I can't say. You wouldn't know.
I mean, how loud is the vehicle?
It's fairly loud. It's louder than horses and cars, that's for sure. As you can sort of
The engine's quite quiet, but T4 insists on having music turned all the way up.
this
She's
is
got Bluetooth on, having a
Yeah.
phone call.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tinted windows.
This is open top. This car, it's the roof's not been put up. You didn't have time to actually get. You actually didn't get to have the roof out of the garage. You just sort of got in it and went, okay, off we go.
Because music doesn't exist, it's just got like a series of gnome bands. Sorry.
It's fine. It is
I'm gonna
perfectly
blame
fine.
Nicole.
I was delirious. I don't know what I was saying.
I
It's
don't know what my excuse was last week.
it's fine. It's an old elemental engine. It uses both a fire and air elemental trapped inside canisters that release energy backwards and forwards to power the engine. Kind of creates fake combustion, if you like. Put a few terrier crystals in there, and you have a functioning motor car. The process is pretty loud, and it's louder now because you're going uphill, which means this is having the engines have to work harder to, climb. So they probably would have heard you, but you can't be sure of that.
So if I was a bandit sitting around a campfire and I heard a motor car coming, and then that motor car stopped, it would probably be more suspicious than if the motor car carried on past us. No?
That's true.
So if we go past them and then get a distance away, stop, double back on foot.
Well, and with the added bonus then that we're already ahead of them, and they would need to come past us anyway.
Ooh, we could lay an ambush.
We could lay our own trap.
We've got bear traps.
That we do.
Yes, you have a lot of bear. So
I have
are we
a knife.
driving? Yes. So are we driving? So is the plan then to drive past this campfire and then go continue up the road and stop?
See if we can get like maybe a little glimpse
Okay.
of the campfire, how many people are there, but obviously the main intention is just to go past and
Fine.
set up camp further on.
Everyone, give me perception checks for looking into this camp as you go past.
That'll be a 13.
13.
14.
That'll be another dirty 20.
Steve Bobby's on fire today. You drive past and you
Sorry,
can.
my cat.
It's fine. We love cats here. I'm sure my fiance will be clawing at the door if he hears a cat. So you drive past this campsite, and the one thing you can definitely make out is there is one person there. You can't see who it is, you just see a silhouette, but you can only see one. It seems to be a small campfire as well as you go past. This isn't something that was made to heat multiple people, and there's no sign of a tent. It's just a campfire and one person from that 20 roll. So on that, you go past, continue driving. I'm guessing probably another 120, 130 feet. So you're out of their view. And then just turn the engine off.
Yeah, so sort of, slow down. So it sounds like we're going more into the distance than we are. Pull off the road if we can, cover it with brush, that sort of thing.
Just sneak up with a knife now. Fine.
It's the only move Bin's got.
I must admit, reflecting back on it, taking away your spellcasting focus was quite possibly. I didn't think about that at first. I thought, I'll take his arm away. Then after session, I went, that's his focus. Whoops.
Look, mechanically speaking, I don't need a focus to cast most of my spells.
No.
However, I'm having fun in the space.
It's fine. You start backtracking. I'm guessing you're going to try and be as stealthy as possible.
Very, very sneaky.
Okay then.
Unfortunately, we haven't rested, so I cannot aid that. But
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Everyone, give me stealth checks.
All right.
Woo! Nat 20 plus 1, 21.
Damn.
Tidy. Where's my stealth? Oh, there it is.
At disadvantage, 18.
Damn.
Wow.
17 plus 7,
15 and a
24.
What?
Go on. You don't need pass that trace, you lot.
Could you imagine if we had passed that trace on that?
Like ghosts. Yeah, you guys all sneak up onto this camp. They don't see you coming. They can't hear you, they can't see you. You're low. You get close enough that you can actually see the person like in the campfire light. It appears to be a lone orcish person. They're just casually sitting on what looks like a small stool, a stick with some meat on it, hovering over the campfire. You don't see an obvious weapon on them. There's no big sword on their back, or there's no obvious sheathed weapon. But given how dark it is, you can't see much beyond that.
Do we think this is one of them, or should we approach as friends? Stealthy friends from the bushes.
Let's approach as surprising friends.
Okay, surprising friends.
Has Ben still got the knife out?
Ben does still have the knife out, yes. It's literally Ben's just there, just like.
And Gio will walk ahead of Ben.
Okay, so you're going to come out and friendly surprise this person.
Give them a hail and well met.
Yeah, as soon as we're like right next to them.
Yeah.
Hail and well met.
Hello.
Yeah, you get.
What you doing here? Anything suspicious? Hey? Okay.
Yeah, we're friendly people.
You get close enough that this person almost jumps straight out of their stall, almost into the campfire. Kind of, as you're like surrounding them here. What? Who are you? What? Why? Why well met? What?
And we're just letting you know we're friends.
Friends don't just appear from thin air like that.
The right ones do. Seen a group of horses come through here with a captive female.
And
Straight to the point is our T4.
a captive female. I mean, there was a group that came through. I met slightly higher up the path, probably a few hours ago. They had horses and a cart. I didn't see anyone captured though, but then again, I wasn't really paying attention. They looked like the sort of people you didn't really want to mess with, so I gave them a wide berth.
Were they carrying on their journey, or were they camping?
They were carrying on, although they looked, I guess, tired. I'm guessing they must have come from Willowshire. It's the only place you'd come from on this path, and they've come a very long way. I imagine they probably have camped, probably further up, possibly.
So what about you? What do you do?
Me? Oh, I'm a herbalist. I come up to the Gallo Mountains to grab ingredients and then come back. I live not in Willowshire. I don't need like the company, so I have a hut a good way away. So I like to spend my time there making potions.
That's fair. People are a bit shit.
Yes, I tend to find living near people means that people want things from you. Although, to be fair, I will admit that I've never had anyone just pop up out of thin air before.
Oh, we could be ghosts. Did you think of that? Huh?
I mean,
I
we could be.
had not considered the possibility you may be ghosts. Are you ghosts?
Oh, we'll never tell.
And well,
Maybe everyone's a ghost.
I was roll back.
I'm sorry, it's been a very long day.
Roll of existential crisis.
Same.
No, it's fine. Everyone can't be ghosts, otherwise we'd never be able to make anything. The fact that we've made stuff means we can't all be ghosts. I was only going to ask because I have some potions if you want to buy them.
I was going to ask. That's great. How very opportune that you should happen to be here.
Look, is that sarcasm I'm detecting?
Not at all. Never look a gift fork in the mouth.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves before we do any contractual business.
Okay, well, I'll go first. My name is Gronar. I am the herbalist of Willowshire. Would be probably the best way to describe myself.
But you're not actually of Willowshire.
Not of Willowshire, but to be honest, I can't just say that bog at the end of the road, turn left. Like, you know, I have to give some geodescript of some kind. You know, I make very basic potions. I sometimes supply them to the village. I'm not one of those big city potion masters who has big machines that can just mass produce old crap and then sell it at stupid prices.
Fine, so you hate the corporate world, don't we all?
Well, I tend to find that mass corporate tends to overcharge and undersupply, almost as if it was a deliberate thing.
Oh, well. I mean, I've heard different things about the Steelhaven Adventurers Guild. But
Are we going there, are we?
No, just you know.
No, well,
I mean, they bring, you know, they're ubiquitous.
they are very much
There's not
everywhere.
Not much competition because, you know, competition breeds chaos.
Well, Gronar, this is Bin and Tifa, and I'm Calamity Buttocks. Calamity Buttocks.
Give me a deception check.
Yeah, as Bin turns and looks at you like
13.
I'm guessing by the response of your colleagues that is not your name.
No, we've
my
been calling
father
him
always
Ash
said to me,
Disaster.
never tell him your name, Gio. So I don't tell him my name.
Right. So Geo it is then. Okay. That didn't need to be so difficult, did it? Anyway, I have
I'm sorry,
couple.
we're giving you a lot of trouble, Gronar. Look, how much money do you want for your potions?
You see, you pulled out a pouch. There's 3 standard potions of healing in there. He goes, you can have the lot for 30 gold pieces. I don't need a lot.
How much is the lot? Just asking.
So he only has 3. The combined lot is 30, so it's 10 each.
Okay.
It's so living in cities that 10 gold pieces for a potion of healing is very cheap. Like this is dirt cheap levels of buying. You know, Steelhaven Adventurers Guild allows you to buy them at a discount, and that discount is still 45 gold pieces a potion. So to pick 3 up and for the price of 1, but then again, that's not too uncommon. I mean, Bin's travelled quite a bit of the world, and probably has picked up on the fact that cities tend to overcharge for potions because they have a nicer quality of life, because they have their own shops. They have to charge more for their potions, and everyone else is generally
I'd imagine a healing potion made in a bog hasn't got all the flavor additives that they add to the healing potions you buy in the city.
No. Although I got kicked out of the city because I was trying to develop something. I was trying to develop a healing potion that had a kind of nice sweet taste to it. I even gave it a name. I called it Calpol. But they didn't like it, and I couldn't quite make it sweet enough. So I retired and decided that ultimately I'd stay here, and maybe one day I'll go back to it, but not right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But anyway, they're there if you want them. I've got enough to brew more when I go back, so there's no point me holding on to these now.
Sure.
I mean, I could throw 10 gold in.
10 gold each. 10 gold each.
Yeah.
Sure.
I could do that. Would you take 9?
I would very gladly take 9. In fact, I'd even take 8. I'm really pressing myself.
No. 9 is the offer.
Okay, I'll take 9.
I won't have any of this haggling.
Can we intuit there's something weird going on? But, well, I mean, other than us.
Give me insight checks.
Oh, Bin's got no fucking clue there's anything weird going on. It's just they're like, that's pretty cheap healing potion.
I'm still going to buy it and have it. Before I get, because I happen to be in it. So is that just the standard 2d4 plus 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Let me just note that down just while I've got it here. Okay.
That's 9 gold pieces from
So
my
insight. It's another dirty 20.
You get the impression that Gronar is just excited to see people.
Sure.
It must be a quiet, lonely existence being so far from Willowshire and having to commute from there up the Gallow Mountains and then back again. It's an isolating life. So despite the fact that you have, took him completely off guard, he's kind of appreciative of the company, which is why he's kind of being a bit more generous than maybe he would be normally.
Okay.
Also, random people don't just turn up in the middle of the woods without possibly needing potions.
Cool, Gronar. Well, look, we'll see you around, I guess. Thank you for the potion.
If you're hanging around, you see that he kind of pulls his map out and kind of shows a red X cross, kind of between Willowshire and Gallow Mountains. There's a hut he's crossed. Well, if you're ever on the way back and you want more, or maybe you're in the area, feel free to pop on by. I'm usually around. I take a trip once a month, the beginning of the month, but aside from that, I'm usually always there.
Great.
Now, I need to go to sleep. and I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to, now that there's ghosts apparently just apparating right next to me.
You know we're not ghosts. What would help you sleep?
Or do
That's what a ghost
you?
would say.
What would help you sleep? Maybe some nice lavender smell?
No,
Like a little lullaby?
Peace and quiet, probably.
Okay.
His hand goes towards a saucepan. The hand comes back.
Look, I just, peace and quiet will do me, that's all.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Thanks very much, Gronar.
No problem.
And then we will melt into the shadows.
Yeah, just as quick as you appeared, you disappear, all with one potion each. That's called What to Do If You Have No Healer and Think, shit, you may need a get out.
Nah.
We'll be
Healing
fine.
people who have something to fear.
And, I mean, it's only...
He was nice. I'm glad we didn't kill him.
Yeah,
The
where's
most
jeopardy?
effective form of healing is killing the thing that's gonna hurt you.
That is true. I was legitimately scared for a moment you were going to kill him. I was just kind of...
You find 3 healing potions on the corpse.
Yep.
The business card.
It's like, whoops. So I guess we're making our way back to the car.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing we want to keep going, but do we want to take the car? I mean, for as long, should we take the car for as long as we can?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, we've been up all day, and yeah, I'm pretty buggered, to be honest.
You have been up at this point for probably nearing 18 hours at this point.
So we could probably do with some shut eye.
You probably could have. You can keep pushing. You don't think, given what Gronar said, extrapolating it a little bit with those nature checks from before, you get the impression this terrain's gonna get bad relatively soon anyway. So
Sure.
it doesn't matter how hard you push, you're gonna reach a limit within the next hour or so anyway. So you could push in the car for a bit longer, get to that point, and stop if you wanted to.
I mean, that's kind of what I suggest.
I think that would probably be best, because although we've been up for about 18 hours, I feel like I've actually been up for around 23 hours or so. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I've had more day in today than today has.
I've suddenly found 4 hours and I don't know where I got them from. Today is a 28-hour day.
Just staring at Bin to see whether he's going to like expand on this.
Oh! We did
mean, I
have an
feel
early.
fine.
We did have an early start. Yes.
Yeah.
We probably have things to talk about when we rest.
Yes. Yes.
Probably. Anyway.
Okay, driver.
Let's go.
Yeah. So you head off and you begin the climb once more. It's not too difficult to get your swing back again. You know, you've done this now for 4 hours now. You know what you're doing. But as you suspected, after about half hour, 45 minutes on the road, you start to notice that this hard ground starts to give way to muddy ground, rocky ground. These tires are now starting to really struggle. You're spending a couple minutes every now and again getting stuck, and you're having to really go at it to keep going. You push on for a
Get the
little
pit crew
bit.
to put slicks on.
You keep going for a little bit, and you reach a point where you kind of figure this probably isn't going to be productive anymore to keep doing this. But so you're kind of going upwards on a hill. It's like a hairpin bend. So you go up, reach a flat point, turn around, go up another climb. As you get to the top of that first climb, where the ground starts to level back out, there's what looks like some, at least from the headlights view, some form of ruin. This stone here, this stone bricks.
Well, should we park the car up in the ruin? Have a little rest?
If it'll fit.
The car itself won't fit, but you can definitely pull it around the side.
Yeah.
So
Pop
it's
it
not
around the
on
back.
the path.
Yeah, hide it away.
Park around back. The neighbours
Yeah.
will need access later.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a temple to the god of refueling ESO, is it?
I don't know what it is. Not from outside. It's mostly intact.
I think Ben is definitely going to look at it
Mhm.
and like try and think very hard about why there might be a stone ruin here, because that feels weird. Given how few stone ruins there have been
Yes.
elsewhere.
This is out of place. There's no reason for one to be here, given that the path here isn't well travelled. However,
Well, not anymore.
not anymore. No, you're breaking ground here. Everyone
Could I
give
perhaps
me
search
perception
my memory
checks.
banks?
Everyone give me perception or insight. Bin and Geo can do this with advantage.
Ooh!
Stereo. Ooh.
Look, you're going to roll the 20 anyway, so what are we even?
I got a 10.
Okay.
17.
6 plus 4.
Okay, so 10.
I also got a 17 on insight.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, for T4B, this means nothing. This is just a ruin at the side of a road. For both Geo and Bin, you get closer with light and begin to notice that this stone, ignoring the colour, this is a grey stone, but looking at the way it's constructed, specifically its geometry, you're beginning to think, I've seen this kind of architecture before. And I saw it in a place I shouldn't have saw it. In your mind, you're sort of getting slight remunerations of the palace.
Oh shit!
What?
It's like this place that me and Gio went to. You weren't there.
Well, I
When?
mean, were we there? I don't know. We were here and there.
When
Yeah,
did you
maybe.
do this? You've been with me the whole time.
It's a very complicated story.
You're
Well,
probably
it's not
No,
that
but-
complicated. When did you do this?
I think there's a part
You
of
know when you honked the horn getting onto the road, you went ha ha. It was in the space between the honk and the ha. That's when we did that.
I think you need some sleep, and I think you need some sleep.
No,
I
because we met this guy and he was a doctor, and then he told us he was Morodin, and then he was like,
But not
no,
really
it was
Moradin.
it was a
Gabriel?
switcheroo. He's actually called Gabriel. He's like an angel guy. And then we asked him what would he fight? A big duck or 100 small horses? It was a great time. Gio killed someone.
And
I mean, I think technically a lot of people.
Yeah.
In between the huh and the huh.
I had the
like,
hand
like
back.
at least 100.
I had that new hand,
You-
but then it went away.
I think as you're doing this, you're kind of walking inside. You're getting the idea that, hang on a minute,
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe saying this all outside really loudly in shock's not the smartest idea.
Smart ideas in this.
in this
You
part,
come to the right place.
you enter this. Hang on, that's the wrong track. Here is the one that I wanted.
If you're going to play an ominous track, then we're going to back out slowly.
No. You enter this ruin / space. And the first thing that sort of becomes apparent is just how much of it actually survived internally. While the external is a little bit battered and, ruinous. I'm trying to think of a better word than ruinous. The inside is almost pristine. There's a few holes in the roofs. There's a few missing geometric bricks on either side. But the main room itself consists of 12 pillars. Each sort of going round in a circle. Each look like carvings on the inner side of them. Kind of a central pedestal in the middle. None of it looks immediately familiar. But it's dry. It's away from the wind. It's functional shelter. There are places where torches would have been. Holders for them. So if you've got any, you can put them in there instead of having to, create a full-on campfire if you don't want to make it.
A couple of torches in sconces.
Yeah.
Not loads. We don't want to announce ourselves.
No.
But...
It feels peaceful. Oddly peaceful. Even for Ben and Geo, who have seen bits of this before or have seen things similar to it and can't quite put their fingers on what they're looking at. So I imagine you're going to stay here for a long rest. So we're going to say till sunrise?
Have to.
Yeah. To take off? Okay. So about 8 hours. It's approaching midnight now. Midnight, 11 o'clock at night. So are you all going to sleep at the same time, or do you want to make it slightly longer and rotate a little bit?
Let's do watches, shall we?
Probably do watches, yes. Just in case somebody heard the car. Or in case Grunar is actually a bastard.
Okay.
Or in case we get whipped out of time again.
And
oh fuck. Double fuck. I am happy to go first.
You rest first.
I functionally should take the last watch because I have to put my armor on.
I will take the first watch. You guys sleep. Which one of you should I wake up first? Bin.
Wake up, Bin.
All right. I'll take first watch.
okay.
Oh hey, can we all see in the dark? Gio,
I
can you see
cannot.
in the dark?
No, but I can see in complete pitch black within 10 feet. But I have no depth of vision in the dark.
Oh, so you're great at like a ball, but no good if you're trying to find the drinks table. Cool. Okay. Night.
So nice that
Like,
they've got used to each other. Yeah, you set up a few bedrolls. You put a few of those torches in the scones, whatever.
Scones.
Scones. Yes.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we have to put the jam and cream in the correct order first.
Oh no, the people from New Devonshire have come to attack us.
You get enough light that you can sort of see dimly in most of the ruin. And E4B sits there on his own for a while.
Could I idly check out the carvings?
Yes, if you...
There's like any pattern, any repetition,
So...
anything I might recognise.
So there's nothing you... So all 12 pillars are different. I'll say that much without any kind of check. They're all different. They all have different symbols carved onto them. None of them immediately jump out.
Thank God.
None of them, none of them are like, I've seen this, I recognize this. Give me either religion, arcana, or history.
Interesting. Okay. Because I'm going to take arcana. So I'm going to wonder if they might have something to do with time. But anyway, so 10 plus 5, 15 arcana.
You're pulling at straws here. You can't quite put a theory in your head together. In the back of your mind, you've heard some scholars mention that once upon a time there were other people like Moradin. And on that 15, I will say that you do notice one of the sigils carved into one of the pillars, like a hammer carved onto the sides, kind of quite ornately carved into this pillar. That is a very, very old representation of Moradin. Very old. The modern representation is much more double great hammer either side. This, you can't pinpoint when, but this definitely isn't modern. But for whatever the other 11 are, couldn't quite possibly know.
In which case, what I would like to do, while I'm, because obviously I'm still technically on watch.
Yep.
So what I will do is I would like to pull out one of the handy stones from my pouch, and I will copy the 12 symbols from the things onto the stone and stick it back in my bag.
That's fine.
So
You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Take a copy of all of them. Give me a general perception check. How perceptive are you while you're doing this?
So what, passive? Or do you just want like a general perception roll?
Give me a roll.
So that puts me on 22, 18 plus 4.
That's perfect. You notice, this doesn't happen immediately. This happens towards the end of your watch. Because you're now focusing on Bin, because obviously Bin's the person you want to wake up. As Bin's resting there, where his arm would be, you swear you could see orange motes appearing.
Right.
Where his arm should have been. They occasionally disappear before you can focus on them too much. It's like corner of your eye stuff. You see it there, but you look and it's gone. But then you look away again and it's there again. And you can sort of do that backwards and forwards routine. It's only around where his arm was.
Okay. So is it time for me to wake him up?
It's approaching time, yes.
Okay, I will go over and I will shake his non-arm to see if that wakes him.
Ooh.
Oh, there goes my camera. There we go. So, the question is, does Bin awake? Or is Bin going to stay asleep? He's selfish.
I don't know. Do I feel it? If he's
Does he feel it? I'm shaking his non-arm.
His non... Oh, I thought he said arm. Non-arm?
No, his non-arm.
No, his non-arm. No.
Okay,
He doesn't
so there's
feel
no response.
it.
I don't
No
feel
response.
anything.
You can't feel anything there, no. It's thin air.
Okay.
But you do notice that as you put your fingers where it would be, that orange energy kind of dances around your fingertips, and you almost feel something pulling on your mind slightly. Not strongly, very faintly, very faintly. There's like kind of scratches in the back of your mind if something's trying to communicate with you.
Do any of the pillars show differently? Are any of the drawings showing up differently?
Nothing. Nothing's changed aside from this weird moat/energy that seems to appear around Bin in his arm. Or non-arm.
Interesting. So, because it's not obviously it's just not coming to me straight away. So I'm going to see if I can, if putting my mage hand into his non-arm makes any difference, and if it doesn't, then I'll just give him a nudge with my mage hand to wake up.
The mage hand goes through, nothing happens. It's if there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So you jolt him in the side.
Yeah, just give him a
Push.
time for your watch, mate. And while you're asleep, your non-arm was glowing. Can he see it? Like, look away, and then out the corner.
So Bin doesn't have to look away, unlike T4B. You can feel it again. That sensation that your arm is there, but not quite there. Obviously, previously you had an astral arm, and it seems being here seems to be trying to bring that back. It's not strong, it's very faint, and you struggle to control it. You tell it to go up or down or clench and unclench. It really is not working particularly well. And it's only a faint outline of what the arm previously was back when you were with him.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. It's probably just like a Gabriel thing, you know how he is.
No.
Oh. Did you? I don't know. He made my arm. He made it out of orange. Like it's weird. It's like if you're sitting on your hand and it goes numb.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that in feeling. Also like it is a bit of silk in the wind.
Well, it can only be a good thing then, I guess. Wake me if there's a problem.
Your guess is as good as mine. Good night, T4.
Okay. So T4 starts to go to sleep. Does T4 try to go to sleep immediately? Or
No.
does he try and pretend to be asleep?
He would be worrying that scratching in the back of his mind for at least an hour.
Okay. So, what's Bin going to do on watch?
Bin is going to do what Bin always does when Bin is on watch. And that is try and stay awake. I feel like Bin always gets lumped with the middle watch.
Yeah.
Which is inarguably the worst watch. Because, you can't really get into a good REM cycle. No. I'm assuming that T4 did a 4-hour watch.
Yeah.
Using meta-knowledge.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so Bin's always like, oh, I hate this. I hate this so much.
Yeah.
So he's just there we've not got a campfire, we've got these torches. He'll spend a bit of time looking out and around and walk around a bit.
Okay.
And there's definitely a part of him that's thinking, well, these rocks are like the rocks that were in the big power. But it is, I don't know, rocks is rocks, I'm not a builder. I'm not a builder man.
Does he ever go into the central pedestal and stand on that? or go near it.
Yeah, probs.
So,
Bin,
going
what I did was I just did a willpower roll, and I did not roll very high. So I think after like maybe half an hour of trying to be vigilant on watch, it is like there is nothing here. It's the fucking mountains. You know these bandits. What? They're all asleep. They're asleep. So he'll look around, and if there is a central or pedestal-like thing, he will approach it. Woe betide any fool that tries to stop him. He's got a knife, after all.
The one thing you've noticed during your little pacing around and walking is that central pedestal. The closer you get to it, the stronger your arm appears to be. When you get almost to the point where you're standing on top of the pedestal, it's almost fully formed like it was back in the palace.
Okay. Bin is going to try and see if there's like a handprint anywhere on it.
There's no handprint on the pedestal. But now that you're standing next to it, you can hear a very faint scratching in the back of your mind. But you've already had the cavity there. So it's much easier for you to pick up on this. As you hear a familiar but faint whisper. Hello? How are you speaking to me from here? I've not, called you. You shouldn't... Why are we connecting? This shouldn't be happening. Where are
Arm?
you?
Arm, is that you?
That's not...
Arm?
No, it's not Arm. It's not Arm. I'm very tired.
Oh, Gabriel.
And thanks. I gave you that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, have we met you yet in your world?
Well, in my world right now, you're standing in front of me about to let me out. Which is why this is very weird.
Oh, what do I have to do?
I don't think you... I don't think I'm talking to
Bin
the
starts,
right Bin.
Bin starts reaching out and pulling on imaginary handles.
I don't think that's gonna help. I'm so sorry. I'm glad that you're willing to help, and that dedication will be tested later. But I don't understand. For this to happen, I have to will it. It's never gone the other way round.
Oh, you see, Gabriel, you see, technology at a high enough power is indistinguishable from magic, and magic is indistinguishable from godliness. You see, I paid attention to your thing.
You did.
I listened to you.
I'm impressed. You did pay attention.
And now you see, you miss your good buddy Bin. Gio is here too. He's sleeping. And hey, I'm sorry that it's the wrong time, but maybe it could be the right time someday.
Yeah, I'm just where are you?
Oh, great question. I'm sort of near the Gallo Mountains.
Okay. Wasn't aware of anything around there, but
I'm here.
Again, you're here. Describe the place for me. I can't see. I don't have eyes. I'm relying entirely on your voice.
Oh, cool. No doubt. So there's these walls.
Mm-hmm. Walls are good.
And there is a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
And we took the car here.
Okay.
And it's like the tower. It's like the tower, you know, where Gio shot the people out of the sky.
Yes,
like tower.
I'm still trying to
crumbled.
fix that. That's caused a bit of a problem. So I'm still trying to fix that.
Look, that's why we have insurance, you know. And the bricks are like the bricks of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
There are scones on the wall.
Well, don't eat them. They're probably not edible.
Ah, probably. And can I roll a perception check to
Go
give
on.
him any more
Go on.
information? With a -1 to perception. That is a 4. I may have already given him too much information.
I'm gonna see if Gabriel can. I'm gonna roll to see if Gabriel can work out based on that lack of 19 on the die. Okay, let me try and break this down a bit more simply for you, Bin. Are you in a room that has pillars?
Yeah, there are
Okay.
pillows. Yes, pillars.
Oh.
Sorry,
Oh.
accent thing.
No, it's fine. I think I get it. I think I know what's going on here.
Cool.
So, you're standing in a temple.
Because there's no ceiling. Is there a ceiling?
There's half a ceiling. Half of it's
There's only like-
collapsed in.
There is only like half a ceiling. You know, the temples that I have seen, the Mordin ones,
Mm-hmm.
are like they have a roof. They're nicer than
Yes,
this.
I
This
know.
can't be a temple.
I asked them to build them, and they did a very good job of it.
This is more of a shithole than a temple.
Well, that's because it's not meant for. It wasn't meant for you guys. This is a Imperium temple.
Oh, to
That's why.
the Imperium, they made them for themselves, or it was made for the gods by the Imperium?
It was made by the gods for the Imperium. Yes
Oh.
and no. What you're looking at, I'm guessing, if it's all still in one piece, is
It's not.
for the best lack, you're looking at the old gods. These are
cool.
pillars that was meant for the worship of the old gods. I'm guessing you're standing in the middle of all this.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yes, because why else would you be listening to me? They built these temples in
'Cause,
places.
hey,
Go on.
I would listen to you because you're my friend,
Hey.
and I'm your friend.
Okay, I've never had anyone in the thousands of years of history that I've existed tell me that they're friends. Okay, this is new.
That's okay. Hey, look, you're a slow burn, but you're a good person. Thing.
Entity.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, the reason I'm guessing you can hear me is because you're standing on. Well, these temples were built in places where the connection between your realm and the realm of the deities was the weakest. So things could slip on through between them. I'm guessing by standing on the pedestal and the fact that we've already met at some point, which I can't quite remember, but we have apparently met, means that you're channeling my energy as opposed to channeling the energy of the gods. Because there's no gods there left to channel.
Sure.
But
Okay.
that means question. How are you like with your arm? Like without having your arm? Can you still do adventurous things with only one arm?
Oh yeah, I can like hold a knife, and I can throw things.
Mm-hmm.
I can like start multi-level marketing schemes. All kinds of things.
Okay.
I could probably climb a rope if I really wanted to, but like that's why I have T4 and Geo. They do all the physical heavy lifting. I'm the brains of the outfit.
You know,
Can T4 hear this? Bearing in mind that I am just in a trance. I'm not actually technically like asleep.
you can just see. So this is happening inside Bin's head. This conversation. Bin may speak some bits out loud if he's not used to speaking in his head. And he, for the most part, Bin's just sort of standing there on the pedestal as they talk. So you probably can pick up. You can probably pick up if you're not fully asleep, but something's happening. But you'd probably have to wake up
Sure.
to figure it out. Look,
But the point where he says he's the brains of the outfit, you just get this like
That's
real
it. It's like
itch that you
Yeah.
can't
someone's
scratch.
chatting shit about me.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
For some reason, I've got an image of stoving in Ben's head, and I don't know why. Anyway,
what about your spells? Can you do spells still?
I've not tried to.
Try it.
Because, like, I couldn't do it until I had my arm.
So
I
you
mean,
think without your
I
arm,
can-
you may not be able to do it properly.
Oh, it's not as sad as that. Okay, I'll try. I'll try. And Ben is going to look at one of the torches. In fact, he's going to take out one of the torches that he's just got carrying around. Maybe he'll take out a match. He'll take a match out of his pocket, and he'll stare at it, hold it in his good hand, and he's going to try and use prestidigitation to set it alight. Now that has verbal and somatic components, and he's already holding it, so he's got nothing to somatize with. But he's going to be like,
So bear in mind that I can't actually see what you're seeing, but I'm guessing from your silence,
Oh!
nothing is happening.
no.
Okay.
Like
this
his
could
face
prove-
when he gets really red, like he's really straining.
Just focusing
Like-
on it.
You know when you learn about Uri Geller and you're like, I reckon I could bend a spoon with my mind. It can't be that hard. And then you spend a not embarrassing length of time trying to bend a spoon with your
there is no spoon.
All right, because Uri Geller can't either.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be cancelled by Uri Geller for 18 years now.
Brilliant. I look forward to the lawyer's letters. You look. Okay, I might be able to help out in a pinch. Do me a. Have you got anything that has a personal connection to you? It's easier having the personal connection. That's not your arm. I can't get you a
really-
new arm.
That's a really good question, Hedge, says Josh.
I'm pretty sure you had a charm that Hedge
It does have a
says
lucky
to
charm. Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, there is a lucky charm. Fuck knows what it is, because it's just something I got from my background and haven't put any thought into it. Because I've been a really good player and thought really in depth about my character. I'm not just.
I've still
not
got
just-
token to remember your parents by. in
Yeah.
my inventory.
Yeah, there is a lucky charm. I reckon his lucky charm is actually just like.
Could be all sorts of cool stuff.
His lucky charm is, this is gross, so content warning for like kind of gore and bones and stuff. His lucky charm is like one of his pinky finger bones that was left, like it was the only bone that was left uncrushed by his incident.
Yeah.
And he just like clutched it and kept it in his pocket. And it's just like, obviously he's gotten it cleaned and stuff. It's probably got like it's going to be a tiny little bone that's just got like a wrap of leather around it. Probably wears it around his neck actually. So he'd like, so I have this. I have my lucky finger bone.
If I remember correctly from your history, you lost your arm. How is that lucky?
Yeah. Because like this is the bone that didn't get crushed into a billion tiny fragments.
Do you know what, Bin? That's what I like about you. You somehow managed to find some level of positivity in a completely depraved situation.
Hey, look, nothing's good or bad. Everything just is.
Okay. Well,
Not to be maudlin about it.
But you
know that. We're old friends.
Yes, allegedly. It's fine. Give me a second. You feel the energy from your arm, your astral arm, disappear. As it moves from the arm to this finger bone. And it begins to swirl around it until it begins to glow with that orange moty glow. And Gabriel talks back to you, and he sounds a little bit exhausted at this point. Okay,
I think we're going to hear a lot of Gabriel being exhausted.
Okay, look. That I have temporarily diverted some of my power into that bow. So
Cool.
hopefully while you're wearing it, you won't need to... You should be able to spellcast again without your arm. Please find your arm as soon as possible. I can't maintain that forever. I ideally could do with your arm back so I can let this go. But in a pinch, you can use my power to channel your magic temporarily.
Oh, that's very cool of you, Gabriel. Thank you so much.
This does not make you a cleric or a warlock. I'm not patronizing you in any way, shape, or form, and you're not worshipping me by doing this. This is just a favor.
I wouldn't let you patronize me.
And no, that's not how that. Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
Cool. So I'm like a paladin of Gabriel. Great stuff.
And
Happy day.
I should have been more specific.
I'm joking around. You know I'm joking around.
Look,
Come on, Gabriel.
look.
Have a laugh.
I'm trying to. Just, sitting at the...
No, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Look. I will treat this with respect, responsibility. I'm going to wake up Geo with a lightning lure.
As you
Not
do.
right now. Later.
Look, I'm sure you'll be capable of doing all this. That's not a problem. But I don't know if it's my stage of my life or whether being stuck in this confluence has changed my view of the world, but I do miss Paylor. Oh well.
Well, look, maybe Paylor will come back to you, you know? Just tell them that you're sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I can fix the universe by saying I'm sorry. I think it went past that.
Is Paylor one of the gods? One
Yes.
of the gods that you squished?
Squish isn't technically the right term.
Cool.
But also,
hey,
why?
Gabriel, you keep saying that you shouldn't tell us things, and then you just tell us stuff, bud.
No.
You're
look,
real bad at secrets.
Well, it's difficult to tell
You should
us
be
something-
like me.
What?
You should
Tactical
forget stuff.
ambiguity.
Yeah.
Look, here's a problem. When you are stuck in a timeline that has no beginning or end, and you don't know where you are on said timeline, you don't know what you're not supposed to say and what you are supposed to say. So sometimes I say too little, and sometimes I say too much.
Okay. Do you think this is like the 20th time you've spoken to me?
I don't know. I can't even remember. It's weird.
So what we should do from here onwards is be like, hey, I've spoken to you this many times, man. And obviously only like the times after. Oh shit.
I mean, give me a second.
I thought too much. I have a headache.
Yes,
I
Look, don't think, Bin. Look, it's fine.
Okay.
Look, it's fine. Not knowing or knowing doesn't change the outcome. Yes, Paylor was one of the old gods. It was the one that I used to work under. But that's kind of why I'm slightly remiss. But that doesn't change anything. Really, it's just you now know something.
Had to happen one day, am I right?
Maybe one day, but look. Why didn't you go back to doing whatever it was you were doing before you somehow got in touch with me?
Yeah, sure. Look, you're gonna be okay, friend. Look, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. It's fine.
I mean, statistically,
Don't
you
worry.
do find a way. I mean, you're standing right in front of me right now where I am. And it feels weird that I'm talking to past you, but I have current you standing in front of me. Or is
Hey,
it
can
current
you,
you?
Does current me have any cool scars? No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. La 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 la. Covering his ears, even though the voice is in his head. He's only got one arm to cover. La la la. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Spoilers.
I'm not.
Spoilers.
It's fine. It's fine. Just step away from the pedestal and my voice will disappear.
Step away from the pedestal.
That's it. Gone. The connection's severed at that point.
Cool. Bin's gonna like look around this temple. Are there any like torches on the walls that aren't currently lit?
There's an old one that looks like it hasn't been lit in a long time.
He's gonna get within like 15 feet of it, and he's gonna think lightning lure thoughts, and then say, because it's only got a verbal component, he's gonna say, "Lula, go lightning, go,
Yeah,
go
works.
lightning."
Go magic lightning law.
Yeah. It's that scene in that Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
You know, when the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is like, "Go Web, go!" Yeah.
And it works. You can cast magic as if your arm was there.
Cool.
Does anyone get woken up by Bin's sudden evil laugh?
Shut up, Bin.
Oh, sorry, P4. Sorry. I heard a funny joke. Gonna go and like find somewhere that I can look out in a defensible position
And be good.
and be quite distracted by the fact that there's this new tingly magic feeling coming from my finger bone.
Think about magic, y'all.
Awesome. The rest of your watch is relatively quiet at that point. Nothing else really happens. You try to go near the pedestal again, and Gabriel's not reaching out to you this time. You've got your energy. He's not expending any more. You're free to essentially, if you want to do anything else, you're free to wake up Geo.
Absolutely does wake up Geo. Doesn't use lightning lure to wake up Geo because I, Josh, am aware that we have very few hit points. But Bin will definitely just like be like, Geo.
What? Oh, are we dead?
No, we're not dead this time. Hey, I had a really fun watch. I spoke to Gabriel. If you go to the pillar in the middle of the room with the pillars, you can speak to Gabriel. But
Ooh.
like maybe he's sleeping, you know?
I mean, I was sleeping, so it's reasonable he would be.
Sure.
It's bedtime.
It is, well, yes. And I am now going to sleep as well. Or am I? No, I am. Look,
I mean,
I'm really
That's it. He's gone.
You really should go to sleep.
Yeah, he's gone.
Gio will pull a blanket over Ben. Just kind of tuck him in a little bit.
Thank you, Gio.
So Gio is now on his own for the final stint of the watch. Outside's getting a little lighter now, as like peripheral sunlight starts to appear on the horizon. Is there anything in particular Gio wants to do?
So yeah, I mean, Gio had plans. Obviously, prior to Ben talking to Gabriel. So I've just rolled to see whether Gio knows what a pedestal is, and he doesn't. So he's going to go and sit in the front mouth of the entrance to the ruins, take his watch, and he's going to pray for the first time in his life.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
because that's how you talk to gods.
okay. What is Gio thinking as he tries to pray?
Gio's he's thinking about Dr. Gabriel Moradin and that time they met, and how that Moradin is now the only god, but he's not really a god? And can you talk to anyone who's not really a god, but is functionally the only god? And if you could, how would you? And
Yeah.
I mean, he is
Give
not
me
expecting a response, but
a religion check. Give it with advantage as well, because Geo is really putting thought into this. He's using those 2 brain cells wisely.
that is a 14.
14 will yield you something. You feel kind of faint scratching in the back of your mind, and it's kind of laboured talking. It's been like, go to the centre, not here. Why are you here? This is not optimal.
Go to the center, the youth center.
And no, oh, this is Geo, isn't
It's a
it?
long way from here. Hello, Gabriel. It's your boy.
The centre of the place you're at now, please.
Oh,
Geo.
okay. Geo walks to where there's like a dais type thing here. I don't see a pedestal.
I just stand there, okay? I can hear you better now. Hang on. You summoned me.
I mean, not.
Why?
I was just. I mean, I was praying. That's how you talk to gods, isn't it?
We've been through this. I am not an actual god.
Well, yes, but functionally you're a god because there are no gods. And you're the closest thing we've got to a god.
Just because I answer all the phone calls doesn't mean I'm actually the person who can help you.
Well, I mean...
Even if you did pray, what is it you wanted to ask?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know if you could hear us in your tower / prison / bedroom. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know the layout. But I mean, it sounds like you expect us to become the heroes of a tale that will see you freed from your prison at some point. I've worked that much out. I know I've got rocks for brains, but you know, you're leading us somewhere, and I don't know if we'll get there. My dad used to say to me, do the task in front of you. And so that's what we'll do. We'll do the task in front of us, and we'll save Larissa. And if the next step leads us further down the path you want us to be, so be it. But all I know is this is going to be really difficult for Bin without his arm, and for us in general. And I mean, I asked a stupid question when you said one more question, and I have another question that I hope you can answer afterwards. But if you can only do one of the two things, answer a question or help Bin with his arm, I'd want you to help Bin with his arm.
Okay. Roll me a d20. Before you do, low or high?
Low.
Okay. Roll a d20.
2.
Okay. You can have it both ways. Okay. Ask me the question first. I can answer that one quickly. I need some time to do some stuff.
The question is, do you know where my dar is?
Oh, Geo, yes, is the answer. But
okay,
if I tell you now, that could change time. Trust the process.
I do. I wasn't wanting spoilers. Just, will you watch him for me until I find him?
Oh, he's fine. Trust me. He's very fine. You are going to meet, and it is going to be wonderful. And I can't change that. There are certain points in time known as fixed points. They cannot be changed. Even I can't change them. Even the god of time himself cannot manipulate them. Those things have to happen. You meeting your par is one of those moments. No matter how hard I tried to manipulate time and how hard I tried to put you down a different path, it would never, ever change that outcome. My imprisonment, my freedom, that's malleable. I can change that. I could keep myself locked here forever. I could let myself out tomorrow if I really wanted to. I can't change that. Besides,
If you could let yourself out tomorrow, why have we got to rescue you?
because time is relative. My tomorrow is your 30 years.
My dad's my relative as well.
And relative in the different sense, Gio. Relative in a different sense. But no, it'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't know why I feel... Some people have spoke to me before. And one of the questions they tend to ask, do I regret what I did? And if I could do it again, would I do it again? I've had a lot of years, a lot of hundreds of years, thousands of years, millennia, I guess. I've lost count. This place doesn't do a good job of keeping track. About whether I would or would not. But if I didn't, I wouldn't have moments like these. There would be nothing. So maybe doing what I did was right. And I don't expect you all to understand that there's so much that goes on. So much that led up to that moment. And maybe one day I'll show you everything. I can only show you glimpses. I can't show you everything.
Like I said, Gabriel, do the job in front of you.
Bit hard when the job in front of you is stopping the entirety of reality from falling apart. Especially you made it even harder when the people you thought you got rid of are suddenly back and they're figuring out where I am. And if they figure that out, I'm in a lot of trouble.
And that's why we're here. So
Precisely. Okay.
I get it, but anyway, if you could help Ben, I'd appreciate it.
This is going to take a lot of magic. I need Bin in the pedestal. I can't do this at a distance. Unfortunately.
I'll be sure to get him in the pedestal when he wakes up then.
Okay.
He needs the rest.
Okay.
I'll tell him you want to chat with him.
A chat's not necessary. Please don't put him through on chat line, okay? You guys are very precious to me, but I can only deal with you in small doses, okay? I've had my daily dose of Bin, or my millennium dose of Bin. I will just do it silently. Just get him in the pedestal when he wakes up.
I can do that. Oh, and also, if you you know, if we've lost the trail of those bandit fucks, if you could leave a few breadcrumbs, that'd be great. Thanks. Bye. I'm just gonna walk off.
Sure, you fix a lot of problems for us. Yeah, you walk away. Everything seems relatively peaceful and okay. The watch is quiet.
I never knew praying was so easy.
It is when you're sitting at a weakened point, but hey ho. So is Bin going to get woken up by Geo for the end of the watch?
Yeah, kind of for the last 20 minutes or so of my watch.
So are you gonna wake? Are you gonna wake Bin up before you wake T4B up?
Yes, that's the plan. I mean, T4 may wake up of his own accord. I don't know how his trance works. Frankly, I find it a little disturbing that he just sits there with his eyes open, staring into the middle distance, says he's sleeping. Bit shifty, if you ask me.
I would imagine that T4 would probably be even subconsciously aware that all this shit's been going on. So as soon as Ben was woken early, T4 would be like, "What? What's going on now?"
Oh, nothing to worry about. Ben, you just go and sit on that dais over there.
Oh, on the
What is
pedestal.
the dais? My pedestal, yes. You mean the Gabriel phone? Sure.
Yeah, Gabriel's got something for you.
He's already given me the little. Ooh.
He's
He's just holding up this tiny bone in a bit of leather. He gave this. Well, it's mine, but he gave it to me.
I mean that. You're
I'll go
very
there. It's okay.
confusing.
It's okay.
Go
You
to
had
the
a
pedestal.
conference call.
I
It's
need
fine.
to get
It's
my
cool.
armor on and have a wash and get the scent of omnipotent being off me.
Oh, I think that's a Mark Jacobs, isn't it?
Okay. So
I'm gonna start a tally of every time I'm sick of myself.
What are you up to so far?
I've run out of tally.
So I'm guessing Bin is going to go to this pedestal.
Yep. Then we'll go up to the pedestal. Sort of. Hello.
You don't hear anything this time. It's
Not even just
deathly
like a little
silent. Not even
beleaguered sigh.
not a scratch in the back of your mind.
I respect that.
But
I respect that.
you notice, and everyone notices, this is not possible to hide or conceal. Each of the sigils on the 12 pillars begins to glow
Guys.
as energy shoots from them and hits exactly where your arm should be.
Oh my god, no, not more people!
It takes about 20 seconds of just constant light hitting this invisible arm before the energy just disappears. And in its place is a brand new summon.
Sorry, did you say salmon?
Summon, not salmon.
I thought you said salmon. Jeez.
No. I want Ben to have a fish arm
That
now.
would be brilliant.
The things I do for people, and then
Fish fingers, of course.
Oh!
fish fingers.
Brilliant.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm glad Gable didn't talk. Right, tell you what. Why don't we go take a break and take 10, and then we will come back and we will reverse this salmon.
A brand
We should take a break. That salmon's going to be tough to digest.
Let's finish the scene.
Okay?
A brand new
you
summon.
want to finish it? Okay, let's do
Yes,
it. Take
please.
brand new summon. You have an additional spell,
Ooh.
which I will give to you later, which is Summon Astral Arm.
Mm.
It is a cantrip. You can only do it once per long rest, however. But it allows you to summon the astral arm, and while you have it, it acts as if your normal arm would. That includes being a spell focus.
Fun.
You can manipulate it to make it look how you want it to look. It has to have an astral style appearance, but if you want to make it look like your Arcano arm, you can. And it lasts pretty much most of the day. But you can't...
Like 8 hours or like...
Yeah, probably 8 hours-ish. You can probably prolong it a bit longer if you wanted to. It's not... It's an emergency spell.
Cool.
Especially handy if you lose your arm again in the future. Which we're hopefully not going to make handy. Which we're hopefully not going to make a thing of.
Habit of.
Yeah, losing your arm. But yeah, aside from that, it's a functional arm.
Cool.
You find it you do admittedly find it difficult to hold things in it. You can't hold weapons there or shields there for long periods of time. But for basic combat, you can class holding a weapon. But if you're going to start doing long combat or carrying two-handed weapons, it's not going to work. It's just not got support for that. But daggers, it'll work. If you want to go back to dual daggers, you can do that. Right. I think at that point, we will break off. Now that Finn has two arms again. And no fish is in sight. I clearly need to work on my enunciation. But
it's fine. You're fine.
We will be back in 10 minutes, so about 12 past, maybe a little bit later, depending on how long it takes to fill our stuff up. We will see you then.
Good stuff.
are back. Hello.
Hi.
I hope you had a great break, great rest. Had some time to decompress what just happened. We once again got to see Bin and Geo say hi to Gabriel, and apparently keep T4B entirely in the dark as to what is going on.
Not yet. We just haven't had a chance to talk to T4B about it.
I mean, we tried to, and he seemed very dismissive. So
It wasn't the time.
Maybe next time. But it's morning at this point. By the time we come out of the temple, with Bin's new flashy astral arm in tow.
Hey guys, look at this.
when,
It's very nice.
when you get your real arm back, or your substitute arm, I don't, because your real arm's gone, right?
I mean, the arm that I've lost 2 now, so if I get either of them back, whatever.
Anyway, if you get that back, can you still use the astral arm and just have like 3 arms?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh.
Of course.
So we on foot from here.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think we're on
It's-
foot and travelling at pace.
Yeah, we want to try and catch them, don't we?
Yes. So you guys head out early morning, sun rising, try and seize the day. See if you can catch up. You're starting to get to the point now where things are visibly starting to look like mountains. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's getting to the point now where you can visibly see mountains, rock formations are appearing. That also means that things are getting steeper. The first thing you see that suggests you may be close is at the top of a clearing after you've come up, a bit like you did with the temple. You went up and there's some flat ground there. On that flat ground is tied up to a tree 5 horses and a carriage.
Cool. Sorry,
Right.
my head is particularly poisonous, and I was like, why have they tied those horses to a tree? Are the horses being held captive? Obviously, you meant
Lassoed
the
to a
horses have
tree.
been like.
What is wrong with you?
I
To be
don't
fair,
know.
It could be poor description on my part.
No,
It is-
no.
it is not.
There is
It is not,
a
Ed.
poisonous worm in my brain that was like, what have these horses done?
We'll come back for those. They fetch good gold.
What could they possibly have been rustling?
Yeah, the horse rustlers. Cool. So we see that.
Yep.
It won't have been Bin that saw that first, so I will let someone who has eyes with which they can see.
Okay, so let's go in sneaky. We can use the horses and the carriage as cover on the assumption that the others are not on the horses or indeed in the carriage.
We would
I
be able to see if they were on the horses, right?
They're
Yeah.
empty.
So
It may be just that the terrain doesn't allow for the horses to pass.
yeah. So let's check the
So,
horses and the carriage first.
Yeah, I'm not going to pass without trace yet,
No.
because it only lasts an hour, I think.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I'm not
10
gonna.
10 minutes. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force a perception roll here. There's not much to percept aside from the fact that this has been well and truly abandoned. There was someone held hostage in the back of the cart. There are a few old bindings there. Behind the back of this tied-up convoy, you can see a stone path sort of winding away around hills, of going away.
Okay.
Possibly badly attempted, I suppose, to have been concealed by the carriage.
Yeah, just sort of want to look through the carriage, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's practically empty. Aside from those bindings you found to suggest someone was here, everything else has been taken out. It's fully emptied. But getting into the carriage does give you a slight height advantage. And using that height advantage, looking over the edge of the top of the carriage, you can see in the distance, following that stone path, what look like rudimentary, or the tops of at least, rudimentary wooden palisades.
Right.
Oh, like
a wall.
Wooden wall.
Fortress vibes.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Pokey sticks pointing up.
Yeah. So I was couldn't work out what.
Okay.
Estimating kind of distance that they are from us, how much travel would we until we reach them if we followed the path? Can we guess?
Guesstimating with your best guesses, 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
This isn't too off the beaten track.
Okay. So I will then cast Pass Without Trace if we're going to be heading up the path.
Okay.
Let's softly catch you, monkey.
Give me a group stealth roll then. Let's see. With your Pass Without Trace as well.
So that adds
Still a
10.
disadvantage.
Adds 10, yes.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So that's a 17 with Pass Without Trace.
So that's 15 plus 7 plus 10, putting me on 32.
And I am
Have you
on.
accidentally built a rogue? While trying to make an
Kind of, I think, but I didn't. It wasn't intentional. No, it really wasn't.
At disadvantage, a 24. I rolled an 11 and a natural 20.
Dang. Yeah, you can traverse this path without triggering so much as a bow peep. I'm going to say on those stealth rolls, you actually don't trigger the traps that were on the path either. There were a couple more bear traps waiting for you along that path. And there was a log drop as well. But on those kind of rolls, you were so light-footed that you didn't disturb anything. It's almost as if you'd never been here. And you get to the camp proper. You don't, because it's a bending road going upwards, all you really see is like a cliff face and then palisade walls along the top of it. So it's concealing what's inside. The path winds as more and more of the fortress comes into view. What you see to begin with is kind of wooden, like stone walls, broken tents, what looks like possibly a former camp, before then turning left and seeing the camp proper. The only problem is at this point, even with rolls that good, these people are alert and actively looking. So you are not going to be able to do what you did with poor Bronar and appear next to them. But what I will say is that when we deploy for combat, you can move your characters much closer than what you would normally have got them to before we kick off. There are a lot of guards. Even from this outside angle, on that stealth, and with you getting that close, you can clock at least 6. Varying types of armor, varying types of weapons. We're talking some rangers, some fighters. You can swear you can hear more voices in the camp itself, but with the palisade walls being so high, there's no way you're going to be able to see until you push into that camp proper. A quick analysis without doing big rolls, it's a one-way in, one-way out system. It looks like there's no way to get around this or any way to sneak in. It's straight through the front door. You also get the impression, based on the fact that you have to go up high ground to get to the door, that if they sense a fight is going on, they are more likely to come out to fight you rather than let you get to the door, as
Which
they
might
have
be
a height
to our
advantage.
advantage.
Yes, that could be true advantage. Strategically, they have, in the proverbial non-cheesy way, they have higher ground.
Sure.
So it's within their interest to keep you on lower ground. Letting you climb that hill would like negate that advantage entirely.
If only we had a car. I'm aware that Mike has.
Yes, Mike is just
frozen,
having he's reconnecting, I think. Give him a second. While we're doing that, I'm going to move us over to our second overlay quickly. That's a nice little segue.
overlay. Can we have a little
There
woo
we
from
go.
the audience?
This is still very much work in progress. I've not fully mastered it yet. And I love how, despite me scrolling in Roll20, the overlay is not scrolling. Like, you stupid overlay, you had one job. But it's fine, most of the map is there anyway, to be fair. So I will now bring you guys across. I forgot.
Mike has fully left us.
Fully dropped. Waiting for guest to connect. While he's connecting, in the top left corner of the path, you should see 3 little figures.
Yes.
You see one with stone, one with elven ears, and one with a mask. These are quick. I don't have counters for you, so this is the quickest counter I can find. Feel free to drag them around wherever you want to place them. You should be able to drag your own one.
Yeah.
You can place it, I'd say, anywhere up to the stone wall. If you're going past that stone wall to the left, that's a bit too
anywhere
far.
up to here,
yeah,
basically.
Anywhere up to there.
Okay.
Or over. You can go over the wall if you want to. It's not that high of a wall. It's a knee-high wall. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously this is impassable because this
Yes.
is all the cliff.
Yeah, that's the cliff edge, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, up. Come on, Krog. Or Mike, or whatever one of the 3 names we're using.
Yeah.
There are those who call him Mike.
Tim?
What I'll do...
Do you know, in that scene, sorry.
Go on, go for it.
You were going to say something. In that scene, the wizard, now known as Tim, sorcerer now known as Tim, was supposed to have a long and complicated name, but John Cleese forgot it and just said Tim. And they thought that was far funnier than the long, complicated wizard name.
Yeah.
And kept it.
So...
Very well, oh Tim.
Yeah.
Mike is frozen. So I think what we're going to do temporarily to make sure we're ready for when he arrives, you 2 roll me your initiative values.
Yes.
We'll get that out of the way. That way we're not rolling for...
Oh, man.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. I've had loads of good rolls, and then all of a sudden...
That is a 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
That is a 14 for me.
That's not too bad.
But saved by my very high dex.
Yeah, your insane dex, which somehow gave you an AC of 20.
Well, that's one of the benefits of being an elf.
It's one of those, like, I was combat balancing this, and I was like, I need to put more in, because if I get them to try and attack you, the odds of them hitting are so slim that I could just...
No, it's fine, because I've got an AC that's only just higher than paper.
Yes, if anyone such as sneezes at you, you fall over.
Yeah.
We do love tech problems here.
So as we approached, one of the things about my Guardian format armor is that I have a defensive field I can use. So could I have done that on the way up?
Yeah, prior. If you want to act with them beforehand, anything you want to prep before you got to the front entrance, given those stealth rolls, you can definitely do it without raising some kind of suspicion.
So that just makes me ever so slightly less squishy. Ever so slightly.
I was going to say, yeah, because that's what we need right now. Less squishy. Let's look. Battle screen. It is. Oh, it has disappeared. The battle screen has disappeared. I pressed the button. Windows capture. Yep. Want window capture, and I want to capture not my notes. We do not want to put them on stream. I want to put.
Especially if one of them is FFS. Can't believe they're doing this to me again.
I love how now that I've... Oh, look, now it's updating. Oh, wow, well done, Roll20. Now that I'm doing that, it's working. Give me a second. It's a good job that Mike is still reconnecting. Unfortunately, his PC froze up.
Oh, no!
So he's a little bit confused at the moment.
It's got to go all the way out and all the way back in again.
Yep, that's fine. Because we're going to...
I hope he saved his campaign. Because otherwise he's going to have to start all the way at the beginning of the session again.
All the way back. Be like Sonic the Hedgehog all over again.
Man, I was so bad at Sonic. I still am so bad at Sonic. I could just never do it. I was never any good.
I'm not particularly good at platformers, I must admit. They are my strategic weakness. I put that
Getting
like
a little
that.
audio distortion on the players. That's exciting.
Oh,
Interesting.
weird.
So
I
because-
wonder...
Give me a moment. One of my sources disappeared for a brief second.
Is that on any of us in particular, Chiron, or is it both of us? Chiron?
I think I might know why. Give me a second.
Did you turn up the distortion?
No.
I accidentally flicked the switch which said distort players.
No.
I've been putting them through a Marshall amplifier.
No, I think what it is on the battle screen, there's the battle audio. So I did all the audio fixes for the main and the vortex, but I never did it for battle because we didn't have battle in session 1. So there was 2 audio sources coming through.
OBS.
Yep, good old OBS. We love OBS.
OBS is a cruel mistress.
So just seeing if Mike is going to connect.
So you see anything good this week? Anything fun? Anyone? Anyone do anything good this week?
I've had work, which has just exhausted me.
Yeah.
And I've had work, and I've been doing prep for the Thursday game starting in March. So I've had admin.
Is that the Tales of Appalachia? Is that right? Is that the name of that one?
I don't put Tales of everything. No, it's the Misadventures in Appalachia run. I'm having a thing where I think the Thursday games are going to have the word misadventures in them. That worked great for Fallout, but I've started looking at other game systems, and I'm like, it doesn't work for Vampire the Masquerade. That's a much more difficult one to put it in. It sort of loses its meaning at that point.
Sure.
Oh, getting an update from Mike. I'm seeing the word type. He's typing.
Chiron's seen a little bit more of this week than they would have liked. Sorry to hear that. Sleeping is hard. I've been in Leeds this week.
How did you find it?
I put it into the sat nav, and it
That's
took me
good.
there.
Looks good. M4? M6?
Actually, without... Well, I mean, if you listen to the podcast I'm on, I disclose my location all the time. I went up the A17, A1.
Oh, okay.
Up the East Coast. Not a bad little drive, actually,
Yeah.
if you excuse the fact that it's all single carriageways.
Yeah,
It does mean you have to deal with dickheads on motorways.
exactly. It is more picturesque as well.
It's much, much prettier to go through
Yeah.
Lincolnshire than it is to go
Absolutely.
down the M1.
I'm just going to say yes, because I don't drive. So, car things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you always get the nice view.
Yes, I get the I'm not driving. Pleb, take me to wherever I need to go.
Yeah. It's like I'll sleep for the whole journey. Thank you very much.
Yes, but no, it is definitely one of those.
I once, when I'd finished my A-level exams, but before I'd gotten my results, went on a little holiday. Myself and 2 friends and all of our respective other partners. And I drove 4 of us there and back, and the other 2 were in their own car. And on the journey back, they all slept from Cornwall to about London.
Ooh, that's just rude.
About the outer sort of ring road. And I was like, well, I'm glad you all had a nice sleep. I've been listening to Heart this entire time. And I've got to tell you, I'm sick of Pharrell Williams because at the time, one of Pharrell's songs were. Actually, was it Pharrell? Must have been. Yeah, whichever one it was. And yeah.
Was it Pharrell Williams or was it Uptown Funk?
Ooh, don't know, and I don't care to find out.
No, yeah, don't check because it will just get stuck in your head again.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not a smart idea.
See, Uptown Funk will do that to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to give it to you.
Right, and
it will.
I was going to carry that one on, and I'm like, no, I'm not falling for that one.
Well, look, it's Saturday night, and we're in the spot. If you don't believe me, just watch. Mike, please come back.
Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the fight. I've rolled his initiative for him. And he frustratingly rolled the highest.
Of course.
Rolled at an 18.
I would imagine, because I think he's melee, isn't he? I imagine
he's probably
right
as close. I'm going to say he's probably going to be, we'll put him right next to, probably just in front of Bin, because Bin's squishy. So if I just close my Discord a minute, because that's getting in the way. So what I will do is I will change this music and I will turn on the battle list.
Time to try out some stuff.
Yep. So yeah, Gio's going first. So Gio is just going to go really simple. He just goes straight up to the first guy he sees. Great axe in hand and just bop them.
Smack.
With his great axe, which 11 to hit won't do it, unfortunately, and that'll be Gio's go. Move and hit. We then go down to T4B. Is your go?
Okay. Let me quickly measure this out. I think I'm.
All right.
Yep. So I will, with my crossbow, take a pot shot at this one here.
Yep. Go for it.
Let's go. Ooh. For a 12 plus 8, so dirty 20.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
Nice. Doing 1d6 plus 6. Doing 8 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, nice. Let me just double check their HP. Yeah, they're looking extremely hurt from that.
Good.
That crossbow. Both emotional and physical damage.
I think that's all I can really do right now.
Yep.
So yeah.
Awesome. It is now the bandits' turn. All the bandits' turns. They all act on the same order.
Good lord.
Kick off. That's how you roll combat. Great.
That's good to know.
I have separated them a little bit. They're not all moving in one blob. But for the most part, fine. Look, I pre-rolled initiative. I wasn't gonna. I mean, to be fair.
So what was your favourite part of the campaign, AJ?
Oh, that would be on the first combat when we all got killed.
We all got killed
immediately.
They are. I think the one that you've injured is just going to try and fire a shot back at you. Just keep it nice and simple. But that's a 5. That is not going to hit you at all. For the most part, a lot of these are kind of just getting into position. They've been taken mostly by surprise. So they're kind of just reacting to, hang on a minute, there's someone actually here. I'm going to say that the captains don't move, and neither does the guy at the back there, because they've not been alerted yet. But the 2 rangers at the top will take shots at... They'll both take shots at Geo, I think, because he is the closest. And their friend could do with some help.
Yeah, quite right.
That will be... His AC is 16, isn't it? Yeah, 16, so... That's 1 hit. That he will take... Ooh, okay.
No.
That's not a nice one. 8. Ooh! I rolled max damage on that. I'm so sorry. That's
He's not
9.
even here.
He's not even here, and I'm killing him. So I'll put him back up to max HP again on... He didn't heal himself on D&D Beyond. It's like, you're not helping me here, mate. So I will heal him to maximum and then immediately damage him for 9. As he takes a very nasty crossbow bolt to the shoulder. And that is the bandit's turn this time. Bin.
Go on, Ben.
Bin is going to see the guy that Geo is directly engaged with. This guy that Geo is directly engaged with. They wearing armor? What they got going on?
Leather armor.
Leather armor. That's
Yep.
a shame.
Run-of-the-mill leather armor. Other armor is available.
That's fine. Okay. Cool. Thank you for letting me know that. And how high up is the wall, roughly?
The wall's about 20 foot upwards.
20 foot upwards, okay.
Yeah. These are big trees.
Yeah. So Bin is literally just gonna charge forwards, and you'd see his arcane arms sort of glow orange, and then like it clenches into a fist, and crackles with like a purpley blue lightning, and he's just gonna try and like put the hand directly over the heart, or just try and touch them somehow, and use shock and grasp.
Go for it.
I will go for it. That is cocked. Oh, okay. So I rolled it once and it landed not flat. So I rolled it again and I got a natural 20, which seems incredibly suspect. So I'm happy to roll it again.
No, I'll take it. I will take it. I have no issue taking it. Take the nat 20.
So that is a natural 20 of the first true
Tasty.
spell
that you
cast.
ever do.
Yeah,
well,
it's
that
downhill from
definitely
now
hits.
Well, it's a cantrip.
Definitely hits.
Cool. Double the dice. Yep.
Yep, double the dice.
Cool. That is 7 lightning damage. And they can't take reactions until the start of their next turn.
Awesome. So I will lower their HP down. And then I will put a little symbol on. Remind them that they can't take actions.
Cool. Bin will look at Geo, who seems to have gone glossy-eyed, and have no thoughts going on in that pretty little
brain
head.
of his. Geo's trying his best to connect, but he got slotted straight back out again.
Yeah, jumped in, jumped out.
Yeah, so getting ready, that's fine.
And Bin will scuttle back a little bit.
Awesome.
Literally has gone in, slid,
And then gone back.
rolled, and sprinted back 10 feet.
That's perfectly fine. So it's back to the top for Geo. Geo is just going to swing straight at this guy. You've injured him. See if you can finish him off. Oh yeah, that'll do it. What does he roll? damage-wise for that. Go away, D&D
Great
Beyond.
axe, that's a D12.
Holy moly, it is. That guy's eviscerated. You just watch as Geo grabs the great axe in both hands and just sort of swings it straight across, almost cleaving the guy in half almost, as his HP is well and truly gone to very big negative numbers.
He's cleft him in twain.
I think then Geo is probably going to move to get into the zone of control of that guy there as well, to stop him from trying to run around and get around in. And that is Geo's turn done. So
Vin's there like, oh no, my meat wall.
Where's my flesh shield gone?
Yes.
That is T4B's turn.
Awesomeness. In which case, I will move to here, and I will take a shot at this guy.
Go for it.
For a 15 plus.
Oh, that hits.
Oh,
Easily
excellent.
hits.
In which case, damage.
This armor's not that good.
So 1d6 plus 6 for 11 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. What's it look like as you essentially one-shot this bandit?
Well, I imagine because the wall is kind of there, I imagine that I've basically just charged forward and basically just popped him right in the head. like his skull pops like a melon. Just...
Done one. I've been playing too much Call of Duty.
Was it Call of Duty? No, it was before that. It was a game before that. I can't even remember which one it was. Maybe it was Call of Duty. There's a Melon Popper award, isn't there?
Yeah,
Anyway.
possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, it is now, I believe, turn of the bandits,
Yeah.
It is
all
the
them
turn of
bandits.
who are actually going to be a little bit more proactive now, not be so nice now that you've suddenly decided to kill two of them.
They didn't decide to kill them. They chose to die.
The archer is that you hit before is going to try and take another shot at T4B. And again, 5. Just completely... This is going to be the thing of the night now, isn't it? Just all the archers going... Boing, 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 just trying to get T4B.
All shoot at me. All shoot at me.
It
You know
happens
what?
a surprising amount. Just archers just miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melee
You know
never
what?
seems to.
I think I'm going to take you up on the offer. The 2 archers on top of the hill are also going to attempt it. 1 rolled an at 20.
Nice.
1 missed completely, completely off the mark. 1 got an at 20, which will be for 7 points of damage. I apologise.
Yep.
That's
gonna leave a
them done.
mark.
That's them done, and the guy next to Geo is going to try and attack Geo. That completely misses. I am rolling like pants. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, is going to run down to see what's happened to his friend that's suddenly got attacked. And that's the bandit's turn. I am not going to let the captains are going to stay where they are for now. It's Bin's turn.
It's Ben. That was weird. I'm sorry, everybody. So you said the walls, this cliff
Yep.
face here to the east is it unclimbable, or
It's climbable if you want to try and climb it.
I kind of do want to try and climb it. Yeah.
Go for it.
Of course you do.
Hence my asking. I'm going to try and climb it. Do I need to? What am I rolling?
Roll acrobatics.
Not athletics? He asked.
Whatever you're stronger in.
Athletics it is. That is a 10 to climb the wall.
You can climb it, but it takes all your movement to do so.
Cool, that's fine. Climb that wall, baby. like to there
Yep.
ish. Does that seem fair?
That's fair.
Cool. And he's gonna because he saw this little guy come down and thought, you see, I don't really want to fight you, so I'm gonna climb this wall. Oh shit! There's a spiky palisade
Bit
there. Can I
there.
see the captains from where I am?
You can see them like in between the gaps, but not enough that they could fire anything at you. Missiles aren't going to go through.
Cool. Ben is gonna see the one nearest, and like he's just gonna extend his this astral arm through it. Lightning still crackling, and he makes like a lasso.
Okay.
It flies out, and this captain just hears like, "Get it!" As I'm going to cast Lightning Lure, I need him to make a Strength save, DC 14.
Oh, that's a bad failure. That is a very bad failure.
Cool.
That one?
He failed, so he's pulled 10 feet towards me.
Okie coke. So he goes
There's a
basically
wall between
into
us.
the wall.
Yeah. Smack.
So I'll say that he takes. There's my die. He takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he just smacks
Fuck.
into the wall.
And he also takes, because he has landed within 5 feet of me, 4 lightning damage.
Okay, so 10 altogether. That is awesome. He is definitely shocked and surprised by the sudden, hey, what the heck, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I'll say.
Get it.
I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
He's just had his head clanged against a thing.
Yeah. What did I ever do to you?
You don't even know who I am. I've got no movement left. Ben has stood up. So what Ben is going to do is Ben's going to just like lay down on the floor. Just like after doing that, he's just going to go, okay.
That's perfectly fine. Right, back to Geo then.
Looks over at T4 like,
We're doing good. Okay, so Geo is just going to swing straight for the guy in front of him. Nice and simple. That'll hit. What's his bonus on that great axe? +4. Bloody. Okay, that bandit was there. That bandit is no longer there. As once again, Geo just kind of effortlessly like swings it upwards, like cleaves the guy over the chest and knocks him backwards. Turns out that great axe is very good at killing bandits.
that's not a great axe, it's a very good axe.
That's an awesome axe.
I think Geo is probably going to keep an eye on Bin Simulator and sort of move across one. Stop that bandit getting any ideas. It's T4B's turn.
Okay. T4B will take a couple of steps, sort of crouch down a little bit behind the wall.
That's cover.
And take a pot shot at this one that I injured earlier over
Go
on the
for
left.
it.
Let's give it a go. Ooh, that's an 8 plus 8, 16.
Dang. He's gone. He's eviscerated. Second bow's the charm.
Right, nice. Bonk.
So yeah, he's now gone onto the ground.
I will, in which case, it's an interesting choice. I'm going to use my free object interaction to holster my crossbow.
Okay. Awesome. It's the bandit's turn then. I think that the two archers are going to go for Geo now. There's no point. You're behind cover now. T4B. They can't hit you. You're behind cover. You're just being silly. So, and they both somehow miss. In fact,
It's not exactly small.
Well, one of them rolled a 1. So what I'm gonna say is, let me roll another d20 a second. Then roll. It. He's the. Okay. Well, I said I would do chaos. So the guy at the back rolled a natural 1. He does hit, but he hits his friend in front of him,
Oh, no.
and kills
I mean,
him
yes.
because he goes at the back of the head. He one-shot his own friend
Gee,
right at the back of
these
the
guys,
head.
these guys should seriously consider joining up
I-
with the Steelhaven Adventurers Guild, where
Honestly.
they can learn proper tuition.
But when he rolled a 1, I was like, okay, so that guy's actually standing in the path between him and Geo. So it's only logical he'd probably get hit. So, and I rolled damage, and I rolled 12. I was like, ooh, he's dead. That one bandit, though, next to Geo is going to go for it. That does hit for 4 damage.
Gio's getting a bit of a pounding.
He is,
He
but
was
he's
getting a bit of pounding.
doing okay. He's looking hurt, but not dead. It is now the turn of the captains.
But just as a point of information,
Yep.
just to kind of let you know, Hedge, I don't know if you've missed it, but you do have this one here.
Which one? Oh, that guy. Oh, I did miss him.
I realised he hadn't moved last turn. I thought, oh, maybe that was deliberate. Or
1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought I should be honest about it.
No, it's fine. I put too many of them down, but they're like bugs. I do like the second you look at them, they just
They're
like
like
eviscerate.
bugs, yeah.
It's the captains which are more fun. Okay. You hear the one captain has been lightning lured. Ring out to the other captain to go secure the cargo. So he is going to
Very badly hurt.
He's going to. Oh, he can't even get him off the. Right. He's disappearing to the corner of the map. He's run off into the camp. At that point, Finn, you feel something. You feel as if your old arm's nearby.
I'm
There's
getting a
moment-
tingly feeling in my.
he goes-
Wait, in my arm?
He goes
Which-
pale briefly and is like, the missus and the eggs. The worst case scenario. Cool. I'm guessing it's coming from the
You can
direction
feel
of
it
the
in
camp.
the camp. You can feel it coming from within the camp. Roll me an
Yeah.
Arcana check.
Ooh, Arcana check. Sha-na-na-na-na. That's a 13.
13. This ain't rocket science. That portal's reopening. That's why you can feel your arm.
Portals. Portals. Cool. It's not my turn yet. I can't start just yelling portals.
You're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So the captain's gonna run out here to the top and sort of look straight down that ravine. You see Mr. Bin lying on the ground there, and that's gonna be his turn as he tries to ponder how the fudge cake he is going to get to said bin. And it is your turn now, Bin.
Yeah, so Bin's laying there on the floor, looks up, sees the captain, winks, and I would like the captain to make an intelligence saving throw. As
Ooh.
Bin casts Mind Sliver.
That's
Nice.
a fail. That's a 4. That's a fail.
It's a failure of a 4. So he
Not very
takes two
smart. Okay.
2 psychic damage.
Every little helps.
And feels as though the next time he has to do a saving throw, he will have to detract 2 from it.
Okay, -2 for saving throw. Got it.
Has been like waves, winks, and says, "Yeah, you're not much."
It's emotional damage.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's sort of the closest we'll get to vicious mockery here.
Well, in that case, we
Bin
have
will
one-
Bin will remain prone for
Prone,
the
okay.
duration, but will yell out.
Mhm.
It feels like the portal is opening again. I can feel my arm. I can feel not this. No, you know what I mean.
It's Geo's turn. Geo is going to try and smack a bandit. And he does smack a bandit.
It's like
Nearly
whack-a-mole.
kills the bandit. Does 10 points of damage. Nearly cleaving this guy in two, but unfortunately not quite enough to kill him. He's looking very, very bad. But that's going to be Geo. So it is now T4B's turn.
Cool. I shall move to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 25. I think I'm too far away from him. Oh no, I'm not. So I mean, it's a little bit random.
Okay.
But
We like
obviously
random here.
I have my nice free hand. I'm
All
going
right.
to
Show off.
Hey man, you've got 3. Shut up.
This is true. I got free hand.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop my shield
Okay.
and cast catapult on it,
Okay.
chucking it towards the archer up on the top.
Just a roll to hit, or is that a saving throw? I can't quite remember which one it is.
Hilarious.
I think it's a saving throw, so it's a dex saving throw. So you stand a good chance.
I rolled a 10, they get plus what? Yeah, no, that's a miss. That's 11.
Okay, yeah, so spell save 13. So you take 3d8 bludgeoning damage from my shield. That's 2 8s in there. That's,
Do you just like fucking drop it and punt it at them?
I drop it and just go. For 18 points of bludgeoning damage from my shield.
Have it.
Yeah, that ranger is just not there anymore. I just imagine it's hit them in the head so hard that it's like knocked backwards.
Nice.
Does the shield come back, or does it just land next to him?
The shield stays there
Okay,
atop
so-
the corpse of the archer.
So we now have. That's fantastic.
Mike does keep trying to join.
I
By
know,
the way,
and I
viewers.
keep trying to slot him in. It's like every time I slot him in, it just goes error, kicking out in 30 seconds.
Come on, Mike.
You
Come
can
on,
do
Mike.
it. Oh, I'm changing people settings. Don't do that. Oh, it's Bandit's turn. Nice. This Bandit is now going to go across one and attempt to hit T4B, who doesn't have a
Who
shield
now only
now.
has
I don't have a
who
shield.
now only has a measly 18 defense.
Exactly.
No, 17. 18.
It would be 18. That's a 15 to hit, so that doesn't work.
Nope.
The other bandit's going to go for Geo. It also doesn't hit. Well, to be fair, he's like near death. And they are the only.
Geo is, or the bandit is.
Geo, not Geo. Sorry, the bandit.
Oh.
No. They're the only 2 bandits left. The captain is going to. Give me a moment. I just need to check what the. I can't remember if the captain has a ranged attack or whether they're both melee. They are both melee. Okay, so they cannot. They cannot get to bin no matter how hard they try. So 1, 2. They're going to go down to Geo instead.
Oh no.
Actually, no. I'm going to retcon that. He's going to stay there. Because I think what he's going to do instead, he's going to try and scale. He's going to try and scale the side ever so slightly, where it's not too dangerous for him before it gets too steep. He is going to do a. He's going to throw daggers at a prone bin.
Cool. Gotta do a disadvantage because I'm prone.
Yeah.
And he's a multi-attack, so he can throw 2 daggers. So the first one is 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
The second one is 7 to hit.
That nearly hits.
So that's 8 damage. As a prone.
Bin gets hit by this dagger, and you just hear like a, ow! That hurts. Oh God. Oh, there's so much blood.
I'm gonna try and stand up on it. Ah!
Oh, it really badly hurts.
That's the captain's turn. It's now Bin's leading turn.
It is bloody Bin's turn.
You feel that energy from your arm getting stronger.
Ooh.
Almost like it's reaching a confluence or a tipping point.
Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna look at all the shit that I can do. None of which is summon arm.
Yes, that's.
I've already used that one today. So he'll yell out, "The portal's closing. I think, maybe. I don't know. Do I think I could, like, shuffle closer to the captain?
Yeah, you can. I'd say it's difficult terrain, so you have to take double movement.
I'm already prone, so that'll be
You could probably
So that'd
shuffle
be
one
like-
across.
quadruple movement. Cool, that's all I want. I just want to shuffle one.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
He's gonna shuffle one. And he's going to cast Lightning Lure on that captain.
Go for it.
I need him to make a strength save, DC 14, please.
That he does make. That's 18.
Okay. Cool. So it just like limply flies out towards him. Bin sort of nods like, cool. Okay. Great. Cool. Great. Cool. What he's going to do, in which case, is I'm only level 3. So I was looking at my bonus actions tab, and I'm like, dual 2-weapon fighting? No. Convert sorcery points? That won't achieve anything for me. Bin is just gonna flip him off with his astral arm because I got no movement left. So
Fair enough. That's Bin's done. It's now Gio's go. He's gonna go straight for the bandit in front of him again. That hits. I mean, it's gonna kill him. He's got 1 health, so he's just. I'm not even gonna roll for it. He's dead. And then he is going to go up and try and get to the side of this captain there.
Cool.
And see what happens there. Oh, poor Mike. It's really frustrating when
Yeah.
he's kicking him out.
You're probably right, Chiron, with your estimation of what's gone wrong here.
Yeah.
With the session, but we're getting towards.
Yeah, we're at the breaking point now.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's T4B's turn.
Okay. Well, I've got this guy right next to me.
Yep.
So I shall attempt to smack him with my Thunder Gauntlet.
Go for it.
For a 10 plus 7 for a 17.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay.
We need to get some sort of electricity-based thing for Geo.
Doing 1d8 plus 5, doing 8 points of thunder damage.
Ooh, yeah, that's nasty. You shock, you punch this guy, and you essentially zap him to the point where he sort of explodes in an arc of electricity.
Nice.
That is all of the bandits now dead, only the captain remaining.
Apart from the captain. Okay, I shall then move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
Down to here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to pick up my shield on my next turn.
Go for it.
And that is the end of my go.
Go for it. There are no bandits left. It's just the captain. The captain is going to try and go for Geo.
Yeah, you see, Mike's just messaged.
Yeah.
If in doubt, I hit things with my axe.
Yep.
Fair.
That misses him. Despite getting a hefty, is it +5? Yeah, despite getting a +5 to hit, yeah, that misses in its entirety. So that's the bandit captain's turn. Pretty much done. You do feel at this point, though, Ben, that lovely faint signal of your arm has gone.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
That's fine.
Bin cries out in anguish, like, no!
Yep, it's gone.
And as he... Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
And as he does so, his astral arm's still flipping off his captain. Just like the 3 other fingers then all pop up, and each one of them is just like a magic missile.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna cast magic missile, which hits because it's magic missile.
Yep,
and that's what it does. So these 3 middle fingers just slap into this captain, each dealing 3 force
9
damage.
altogether.
9 total. Yeah.
Awesome. That's fine.
Is he still up?
He is very much still up.
Very much still up.
This guy is beefier compared to the others. Much beefier compared to the others. But aside from that, he's looking hurt. Definitely looking hurt, but he's definitely still up.
Okay. All right.
Once Geo hits him, I can't guarantee what that'll look like, but that great axe just seems to pummel through things when they hit.
It's a fantastic axe.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's the end of Bin's.
Awesome.
Is the wall slidable? Can I slide down the wall?
I could say you slide down it.
Bin slides down the wall, not gracefully, on his bum.
And I won't make you roll acrobatics to see if you land properly. I'll say you land prone at the bottom of the wall.
Ow! I'm fine.
Like when you're at primary school and you do that rolling down a slope
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. There's
Safest
still
way.
that dagger sticking out of him. He's just there like, ow, ow, ow.
Oh, that's good for you, bad for me. Geo just
Portal
rolled
explodes,
a...
killing everyone with it.
No, Geo rolled an @20 on his great axe.
Nice. Ooh, does he get extra stuff?
He gets...
No,
there's 2d12 now. 2d12 plus 4, because why not?
Wow.
That's an 8 and a 12 or 20.
24.
So remember how I said how he was looking pretty fine? He's looking pretty unfine right now. Very much just as squishable as the rest of them. Fine. And that's Geo's turn. It is now T4B's turn.
Okay, so T4B will go 1, 2, pick up the shield, and for want of a better thing, will go charging off towards where the arm is.
Yep, okay. That's towards the right side of the...
Oh, is that over to the... Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll go that away.
Awesome. The captain is going to try and hit. It's armor class 16. Fucking hell. Feck. That misses. Siri decided it wanted to try and talk to me then. It's like, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was rolling a dice. So that misses. It's Bin's turn again.
Cool. Bin will yell up to the captain. We may have already killed your friends, but we don't have to kill you. You can live. All you have to do is tell us who you work for. He'll go there. What's the slope height here? Is it still about 20 feet?
Yeah, it's probably about 15 to 10 at this point. Much easier to climb.
15 to 10 feet, you say? Would you say that the captain is 15 feet away from me?
Given time constraints, I'd say yes. No,
Cool.
I'd be normally a little bit
Strength save.
stricter.
Strength save.
That's a natural 1. He fails that.
So, we just want to talk to you. We want to know things.
Lightning.
Get over here. And he's pulled 10 feet
Yep.
towards Bin. I guess he falls 10 feet or something.
Yep.
On top of Bin.
How
Is it
much?
is it they're pulled 10 feet or is it up to 10 feet?
I think it's up to 10 feet.
I'd like to put him 5 feet towards me so he lands on the scrim.
Okay. How much damage
Screen?
how much damage is lightning lure doing?
Lightning lure does a d8's worth. So that's 8. 8 lightning damage.
Okay.
We just want to talk to you. I
And-
have killed you.
You grab it around him and you pull. Unfortunately, he's dead, so he can't stop his momentum. So he flings over the top of you, over the edge, and sort of lands like face flat in the ground behind you.
Bin turns and it's just.
Didn't mean to do that.
Are you okay?
And yeah, he is dead as. And that is the end of combat. You have successfully
Hooray.
killed all of the bandits.
Now we're mass murderers.
Now you're mass murderers, yes. I would normally go into a little bit more, however, because it's past 6 o'clock, and also the fact that we can't have poor Mike here. We will pick this
Rest in
up
peace.
next session.
Great stuff.
Works with me.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully, I'll be well next session.
so I suppose it just leaves us to sign off. I will let everyone else sign off / plug if they have pluggable things they want to plug away at. And I'll stop saying the
I'll
word
go
plug.
first. You can find me basically everywhere by searching for Joshy Longlegs. It's those words that are.
Somewhere on the
I don't
screen.
know if, I
They're
don't
not
know if
on the battle
screen.
one. Give me a second.
They're somewhere.
There we go. They're above you. It's above you.
It's those words there.
Yep. The other way.
There.
There you go.
Mike has nothing to plug. Just follow me online. I don't know. I think I'm quite funny. Dice and a Slice, the podcast that I DM, is coming back at some point in the near future. We've taken a protracted long rest because sometimes you got to do that. You got a long rest to restore your own creative vibes. If you like pirates, if you like sea serpents, if you like asking the DM questions that makes them go, huh, well, it's definitely the sort of thing I would have done as a player and not the sort of thing I would have known what would have happened. It's that kind of podcast. It's really good fun. Do listen to it. DICENASLICE on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, actually. Just look for it. Dice and a Slice. It's D&D, but you listen to it. You don't watch it.
You use your
That's me.
ears.
I'm AJ. I can be found on Twitter as AJ_Dean. I'm on Insta as AJ Dean Actor. Feel free to follow me, and we'll have good times. We'll have really good times, baby. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.
It has been a lot of fun. I've been Hedgehog at Hedgehog UK on most
Allegedly.
things now. Allegedly, yes. I could have been the AI all along. No one knows. Yeah. So only one shout out today, and I actually have the link already done, so I can just go like. And it doesn't work because, of course, it doesn't work. Why would it work when I copied it? Give me a second. I will hand copy it. There we go. It's some other heroes. I love them. However, they broke my heart last Sunday. It came so right, so center right of my heart, and I've had to an all week recovering. I'm not going to spoil it for those that have not seen it. But if you are going to catch up from last Sunday session before this Sunday session, do have a box of tissues. It will emotionally affect you. I would never do that to one of my players. I'm taking a shot here. Actually, no, I would do that. I'd probably do it to all of you as well, actually. Why am I trying to take the high ground here? No, I would. I definitely would.
It's a very good stream.
It is a
and
very
I
good
recommend, and all the art they do there, they're all artists that
Yep.
do it.
It's
The
amazing what you
artists-
can do when you're artists everywhere.
I've never done anything that has artists on it, and I watch their stream, and I'm like, oh, you've got all of them. You've got all of the artists in one place, haven't you, Chris?
This is why we can't have artists, because they're all over there. I have to give them money,
Bless.
which I love
but that-
doing.
They're all local to me. I do a lot of work.
Mm.
I plan to be doing a lot of work with the folks from some of the heroes on IRL stuff, which is fun.
Nice.
Yes.
Not to add to that plug.
I will never ever stop plugging Chris and Co. Like to the end of the world. It could be the apocalypse. I think the last words I will ever say is go watch some of the heroes. In terms of speaking of apocalypses, this week you may have seen on Twitter, we have announced that we have a full start date for our Fallout TTRPG Thursday campaign, Misadventures in Appalachia, which is going to be a lot of fun. I get to DM my favourite video game franchise. I wish I was a player.
Tetris.
Tetris, the TTRPG. The one where every player is one type of block and you can never agree what order you're going in. Yeah, the initiative order changes every round.
I quite like that conceptually.
Yep, you're all one piece. Every round, you all get reshuffled.
And
TM.
They've all got different names as well.
Yeah.
So the hero block could actually turn up, but you've got to like make sure they work with you.
Yeah.
And stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a one-page RPG I need to write. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking around. We will see you next Saturday. I have to think then. Next Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I know I will. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.